Mariah's making me cover Phil Godlewski tonight, guys. If you don't like the show, it's because of Mariah. You're spicy caliente. What? He crashed out first thing? See, that's what we should be covering, Ryan, not Phil. I have found probably one of the best comedians, I guess. Somebody I should probably try to model my show after if I hope to capture, you know, that essence of the show or people's laughter or make it funny, right? I've really been struggling. I call myself a comedian and I come up here and flop every night. So I found a good example.
What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
What's up? What's up?
And we feel
Oh, I was sharing links everywhere.
we were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it.
It should, I mean, it would be awesome to keep up with Phil if we knew like justice was coming for him. But like the way we're doing it now, he's just gonna get away with it. The Twitch channel is Cold Beer Confessional. Twitch.tv/Cold Beer Confessional. Oh, let me pause that. I could probably share the link. Hold on. Copy link. Twitch.tv/Cold Beer Confessional. All right, let's roll the intro.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. What's happening? What's up? Thank you for coming to hang out with us. I was just reading about the Mexican rescue teams that helped during the flooding down in Kerr County. I guess it's Kerrville in Kerr County, Kerr, and the town is Kerrville. I don't know if a lot of counties and towns are named that way. That's weird to me. All of our counties and cities are named differently, even if you're in the county. But a bunch of rescue teams from Mexico showed up to do what they could, like swift water teams and what have you. And then the people that refused the funding, that's insane. They were refusing the funding, but just because it came from Congress, right? But because Biden was attached to it in any way, shape, or form. They're like, no, he's a communist, Marxist, blah, 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 whatever. Right? That's insane. That's literally insane. What the fuck? And then the one woman's like, if you take this money, if you take it, I will personally hold you accountable. I guess they're like mayor or whatever you would call it, whatever they have down there. They call it something judge. It's not like a mayor and alderman or whatever you have, mayor and representative. It's different there, but still, it was that type of meeting. And they all come. I've even got we played some of the video last night. You got video of them saying they don't want this money, and that's one of the projects they were going to do with it. Anyways, before we get started on Phil, I figured I'd go have some fun doing some other things. First of all, if you like the show, you can support it at coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. Coldbeer.fund, where you can make a donation to the show to keep it going. That's how we pay the bills around here, and we greatly appreciate all the support. Secondly, I heard Bert had a crash out as soon as he started the show. I didn't follow up with that when I asked whoever it was. Was it Scooter? Threatening you with his martial arts skills at the moment? No fucking, we got to check on that. We got to check on that, right? No way. We can't watch too much of it because Mariah wants me to cover Phil, but it would be interesting to listen to it. We'll probably have to watch an ad. I'll turn the audio on as soon as we get past the ads here. We get it, tires. Bert watches every night.
In-ears, which are very nice in-ears. They're
He's already talking about my in-ear monitors.
Highly sensitive, very professional in-ears. I suppose they're molded to fit your ears. I told you guys the other day, I don't like to wear those.
All right, let's back up.
Because I like to be able to hear the ambient noise of the audience when I'm on stage, and I don't like they're uncomfortable. Girls got room. I thought he was coming on at 10. Well, if you saw when you got here, it says, I'll be here at 10:30.
Oh, God. We're going to have to watch this whole thing.
Girls got rid of you've done nothing but complain. Guess what? Always seems to be, you know what? I'm going to kick you out of the room.
Oh, somebody in his chat called me Willy Wonka. Oh, no. I looked him up too, Bert. Someone said in chat.
You're not watching the show. Come back tomorrow.
He's banning people already.
So I just go. There's no one there to help him. I wonder if not one person there is saying, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's had a heart attack and fallen on the floor. The exception of
So he started his show late, and he's like, not one of you asked if I was okay. What if I died of a heart attack? Wow.
Robert, everybody, not one person there said, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's had a heart attack and fallen on the floor, and there's no one there to help him. I wonder if somebody broke in his room and killed him.
Are you shitting me, dude? Talk about a gaslighting piece of shit. You're late for your show. No one gives a fuck you. No one gives a fuck about you. I don't know why I said fuck you. No one gives a fuck about you, right? And you're like, oh, no, one of you said, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's in cardiac arrest. Maybe I should call 911.
I wonder, oh, that son of a bitch is late again. It inspires me to want to do a show for you folks. It really does. So, Jan Ann, 1950, welcome to the show. You're catching me doing one of my responses to people that are being rude to me. I don't put up with it.
His pity party. That's exactly right.
78 says you're pretty, but appreciate the content.
I want to back up. Hold on. We cannot get stuck watching this, okay? We just did Bert last night.
And Robert for sticking up for me in the room. You guys are aware that I'm running late. Thank you to Robert for sticking up for me in the room. Folks,
Good job, Robert.
I'm just one guy, and anytime there's a technical problem, I'm just one guy. I've got to fix it. There's Kathy M from 1978. I got a lot of new people in here tonight. Kimber 711, and I noticed you guys have got your chat doing pretty good. Thank you for that. Thanks for keeping each other.
All right, so here's what Robert said. Here's what people were saying. He said, Land, try home run pizza. It's the best. A great big beautiful hello to everyone here tonight. Is he late a lot? Question mark. Late again? Question mark. Girl, the not very professional being late all the time. Someone said, right? So people were just talking about him being late. Hi, I thought I was going to be late. Someone says, hi, y'all just finishing a piece of birthday cake. And then finally, Robert takes up for him and says, here lately he is, but he has been taking care of some things. And it has him running a little late. I'm usually late on the nights I have to pick my daughter up from work at night. And he's like, not one person, but Robert took up for, what if I had a heart attack?
To the company, Cameron Huey's in the room. Red, white, and blue all the time, I guess is what that means. You guys and your names. You know, it's like, okay, I can hear you. Are we getting good audio? Please somebody tell me that in the chat room. I haven't seen or heard anyone say that the audio is good.
Red, white, and blue all the way, not Tom.
Kind of need to hear that from somebody. Yes, can hear you well. Thank you, Jesus Christ loves us. Appreciate you paying attention and participating. Good on you. Audio is okay. Now I got that. Soulflower is another one, or Soulflower is also in the room. Okay. World's Got Rhythms back and is running a little late. I'm usually late.
I got to fix my show time. I've gotten stuck in this 11 o'clock. So what I need to do is get up earlier and get on a better schedule and start streaming earlier for sure.
The nights I have to pick up my daughter from work. That's Robert Land. He's always taking up for me. I appreciate 20 minutes that you do anything while you're waiting for me to come live. I'm just kind of screwing around to keep you guys from being happy. That's what I'm doing. You guys just have no clue how much there is to do. And if one thing goes wrong, if one phone call comes in, if one issue happens with a piece of gear or whatever, then it slows me down. And do you want content? Or do you want me to just come on here with nothing to talk about, just sit here and look at me? Is that what you want? Someone else's show. They watch it in real time and then keep pausing it and criticize everything you do. That's a show. That is their show. It's all about talking about someone else's show. Do that. I watched a couple of them last night. That's all they do.
He watched me. Here we go.
With nothing to talk about, just sit here and look at me.
By the way, that's not what I do. In fact, you'll often see me grab links that I've already, sometimes I'll say, I haven't watched this video. I'm interested in it. We're going to watch it together. Most of the time, it's all stuff that I've curated. I send myself text messages the way I do it, and then I use the Windows Phone app. So I text it to myself. I've got, 35 links for tonight if I need stuff to go to, if I'm not doing something else.
Is that what you want? There are podcasters that do that. I watched a couple of them last night. That's all they do. They don't have to prepare for the show because their show is all about talking about someone else's show. They watch it all the time and then keep pausing it. Everything you do. That's a show. That is a show. And there are morons that will sit and watch a show like that. Are you guys that kind of an audience? I don't think so.
You morons.
You guys want me to prepare content for you. And I load it and I put it in order so that the clips seem to make sense consecutively. That takes time.
Okay.
I'm not mad at you. I'm trying to explain it. I've had other people say, you sound mad. No, I'm not mad.
All you have to do is grab, dude, okay. Here is how Bert could have a show. Go on social media. Watch some videos. If it's a video that you like, you want to speak on, you think would resonate with your audience, email it to yourself, text it to yourself, send it to yourself, whatever. That's how I have a lot of times I get drug out in the weeds and we watch something different and I'm just able to, I don't need a fucking script and a teleprompter, Bert. Sorry, I'm just better at this than you. But I always have links somewhere in case I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Oh, here's all the links from stuff that's happened today. Or you guys say a story in the chat. Did you see where Trump did this, blah, blah, blah? And I'll say, no, I didn't see that. We'll look it up. Or yes, I did see that. Here's the video. We do that all the time. Engage with your audience, bro. When they came in and said, they say, did you see Pam Bondi? You just grab that fucking video.
I'm not mad at you. And if I am mad, I'm not mad at you. I'm just aggravated. I'm very aggravated. Okay? Why am I
It's not you, it's me.
aggravated? Because I'm living rent-free in the heads of more people.
Thank God it's rent-free, Bert, because you can't pay the rent where you're at, bro. How the fuck are you going to live somewhere for rent? Rent-free Berts.
that are watching the show right now on my program. They watch it on other people's program. Them that can do, them that can't criticize. There are people making a complete show out of just criticizing other people. I share with you conservative content, and also I play for you.
By the way, he still got his audience. He must be talking about it right now on the live. They're saying, just do Facebook Live. Just do it with your phone. Doesn't Facebook work? He's got them convinced that the equipment that he's got now won't work on Facebook. It did, right? And then he claimed that the liberals were shutting him down on Facebook, and he really had 1,000 viewers. They were only telling him he had 20 viewers, whatever. But now he's saying that the current equipment he has doesn't work with Facebook anymore.
Progressive content that's in comparison to the conservative content. So that
which is a lie.
A balance of what's going on. Not that I ever agree with the progressive side, but it's typically a slow news day. So what does that mean for me? It takes me longer to find decent content for you. Grow my beard out, and you guys would have yourself a clone.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Listen. Put my hat on backwards, grow my beard out.
Me longer to find decent content for you. I could just go click on somebody else's show from yesterday, and we could sit here. I go get myself a vape pen, put my hat on backwards, grow my beard out, and you guys would have yourself a clone of an asshole.
He's going to clone my asshole?
So I don't want to do that. So I'm sorry to Girls Got Rhythm 2 who says, come on, Bert, we've been waiting. Well, what do you think I was doing? What do you think I was doing? Just before we went live, my camera wasn't working. Couldn't figure out why. Couldn't figure out why for 15 minutes. It always works. It's never been a problem. In a year, it's never been a problem.
That's awful, Bert.
And I have to go back there through all those wires, trace them all down, try to figure out why it's not working.
I'm a hooligan, that's right.
Did it reset? I don't know. Maybe. Let's try that. Oh, in the room. I'm running late, you guys. I'm sorry. I'll try to get sorry if you're upset with me. Stays free. I'm going to play clips for you today from 20 different sources. Let's say it took 5 minutes to watch every clip. And I have 5 minutes to get it ready to play for you. So for every clip you're watching.
So you had all day. Wait a second.
Clip. And I have 20 different sources. Let's say it took me 5 minutes to watch every clip. And I have 5 minutes to get it ready to play for you. So for every clip you're watching, I've got 15, 20 minutes tied up in just that clip. Just for you guys.
At worst case scenario, let's say it took you a full 10 minutes for every clip. Every clip took a full 10 minutes. By the way, just sharing a link to yourself does not take 10 minutes. It takes fucking a fraction of a second, but whatever. Let's say it took you 10 minutes for every clip. That's 3 hours. You're claiming you do this all day long, every day.
I went over the other day and watched Brad Barton's show. He was unprepared. He didn't have a clue what he was going to say.
3.5 hours.
Every other word was okay. Here's what we do. Okay. If you count the amount of times he says okay in a show, trained up really well to buy whatever it is he's promoting. Asking me to get involved, you can afford it. Don't insult your audience, bro. I'm in. This takes real money. So stop emailing. He even insulted his audience yesterday and said, you guys can't afford to get involved in this project I'm in. This takes real money. So stop emailing me and asking me to get involved, you can afford it. Don't insult your audience, bro. See, I could just sit and do this. I could do this. I could be on time.
Let's do it.
So thank you, Robert, for sticking up. I love you, Kimber. I thought I was too late. Okay. Not going on somewhere in the world. Don't have to sit there and make me.
Oh,
Anonymous
no.
gifted SD_Anubis a subscription.
Bert.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to ST_Anubis.
Every time, thank you for the gifted sub. Every time I cover you, Bert, every time, the donations just start rolling in. It's wild.
I'm sorry, you guys. I apologize. This week to make a donation. 0.
Wait.
People told me don't waste your time. I've asked everybody in this room every night this week to make a donation. Guess how many people have? 0.
Maybe that means there's something wrong with your content, dude. I've asked every person in this room to make a donation every night this week. Guess how many people have? 0. I'll tell you. I didn't even have a chance to guess. Renting an apartment week to week and you're fucking 6 days behind on rent.
The other podcasters ask for donations and they get them. They get them in real time, right in the middle of the show.
Do they? Did you watch my show?
Complain over a show you're not paying a nickel to watch. You can leave.
He gets so mad when I get donations and I'm covering him. So fucking mad. He went on a rant one day and he's like, and that son of a bitch made $300 while he's being mean to me.
Just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you for the gifted sub. On the bell.
Girls Got Rhythm says, Girls Got Rhythm, I thought he was coming on at 10. Well, if you saw watching the show, come back tomorrow.
Kicking people out. Someone said, have you watched Kelly Marie Brady, Nancy Drew? And then he apparently said something shitty to them because he's like, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just asking a question.
With the exception of Robert, attack, falling on the floor.
Here's his heart attack speech.
They said, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's had a heart attack and fallen on the floor. And there's no one there to help him. I wonder if somebody broke in his room and killed him. I wonder, that son of a bitch is late again. Inspires me to want to do a show for you folks. It really does. So, Jan-Ann 1950, welcome to the show. You're catching me doing one of my responses to people that are being rude. See there, somebody was nice on a Saturday. Don't worry about them. Thank you very much. Okay. And how I keep this hair? Like I'm 67 years old with a full head of hair. You don't wear a hat? No, I don't wear hats. And how I keep this hair? Like I'm 67 years old with a full head of hair. So I've never worn a hat, except on stage or as a costume in a movie.
Oh my God. He only wears hats for costumes. That's a real man. I feel like less of a man now. I wear my hats to match my bags.
Red, White, and Blue says, just found the show first and I was taking. Let's hear some news and opinion. Well, okay. Yes, ma'am. Or sir.
That was a piss poor salute, bro.
And he's on there last night. Somebody sent it.
Here we go.
Name I'm not going to, man.
All right, here we go.
So there's this one particular podcaster whose name I'm not going to mention who lives rent-free in my head, or I live rent-free in his, rather. And
Oh, you slipped up. That was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? That was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? He lives rent-free in my head. I mean, I live rent-free in his head.
So there's this one particular podcaster whose name I'm not going to mention who lives rent-free in my head, or
Bert.
Different for his, rather. And he's on there last night. Somebody sent it to me. Said, you got to go look at what he's saying about you. I went over and looked. I was like, screw this guy. He tried to
Somebody sent it to me. He watches every night.
background check on me. Not background, but like internet search. And found me. And he goes, oh, that's not him. That's not him. IMDb, Revenge Nerds. Yes, I'm in that movie, you jackass. I was a stuntman in that film. And my name's in the credits. The fourth stuntman from the bottom. Go
Oh, my goodness. A stuntman. Surely not.
the film.
I ran a background check on him. He said I ran a background check on him. I typed his name into Google.
I was in several movies. And IMDb mentions Hammerhead Jones. I played Matt Poulin. Go look it up. That's not him. Oh, there he is. There's his picture right there. There's his Facebook page. Oh, yeah. Fucking idiot. But
You said you couldn't get a job because as soon as someone searched your name, they were going to find out that you were this great owner of bars and you've owned 4 and they would never hire you in a bar because they're afraid they're going to you're going to take over. That was your claim. That is false. We've proven that. It's false.
my whole show was his show last night.
Yeah, sort of. Now it's part of my show tonight.
It takes him to prepare for a show. I work a full-time job and I do a show. Why can't you? Because I prepare a fucking show, you idiot. You just watch somebody else's and complain.
But man, they love it.
Sorry about the language, y'all. I'm just a little bit tired of it, but it's not like it's really doing anything to hurt me other than the fact that
I think this is probably about the 100th time he said, I'm not mentioning him. I'm not going to talk about him again. I'm done. I'm moving on from that. And then I leave and wander off for like 6 months. And then suddenly he just has a fucking meltdown about me. I don't know. The rent free in his head, I guess.
you guys are going to have a lot to talk about when this new thing that I'm getting ready to goes down. You're going to lose your mind on it.
I hope so.
You're going to lose your mind on it.
Your new fake advertisers or narc calling you and setting up an advertisement?
Let me get back to this. Okay, this is so.
He's going to Judy chop me.
That you live rent free. I'm not going to say his name because it just gives him publicity.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this room that are new that may or may not be here from that room. They send people over to make fun.
I don't send anybody over. You guys do it on your own and make fun of him.
There's a lot of people in this room that are new that may or may not be here from that room. They send people over to make fun. The guy that kept calling me and it kept coming up as no caller ID.
You mean your new advertiser?
The last couple of days, he's in that room bragging about it. I called him and he called him and he just keeps driving me crazy. Well, I don't anymore because my good friend Robert reached out and told me how to block it. So thank you for doing that, Robert. Kathy M, 1978, says, I've watched his show. I think he's very insecure. He always makes fun of people. You are correct, Kathy.
That's right. You got me, Kathy. Kathy M.
That way the folks in chat can see it. With his show, I think he's very insecure. He always makes fun of people. You are correct, Kathy. And if you want to say his name in the chat room, you can.
Oh, no, Bert. Oh, this was from Book Girl, and it said, oops, I meant to send that to whiny-ass Bert. Bert. I'm sorry. You must have got us confused.
That way the folks in chat can see it without me telling the other 100 or so people that are watching this jerk's name. But I don't care. I mean, I could say it.
I'm so insecure. I'm the most insecure, I think.
Listen, you put on a hat, you don't shave, so you don't have to get ready to go live. You don't.
You think I just wake up looking this beautiful, Bert? What the fuck would you have me do? Go to makeup first? What would you have me do, Bert? You don't even have to get ready for your show. You just show up with a beard.
You don't comb your hair. You don't shave.
I don't comb my hair. I do comb my beard. And I do shave. I trim up. Trim this out. Yeah, look at that.
All you got to do is make sure that your vape is closed because he sets and sucks on a vape every other breath.
Not only do I make sure my vape is close, okay? Here, we're going to do this. Sorry, Bert. I've got a problem. I'm addicted. Oh, God. See what happened, Bert? I make sure 5 vapes are close. Thank you, Bert.
Talks about how he wants to, how somebody and I are going to fight, and he thinks he's going to whip. I don't know how. How's he going to?
No. Now, you said that. You said you're good friends with Dana White, and you're going to get us in the octagon. I don't know. A backup for the backup for the backup for the backup, right? 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I learned that in the real military, not the choir.
Breath. All I got these last 5 minutes with you, and run you out of breath. You're never going to survive with me. And yes.
Bert, I run on the treadmill every day. What, are we doing cardio now? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
I'm a martial artist, and I teach martial arts, or I did before COVID. And I do not
used to
get into my skill sets, and I don't have to get into that and brag about it. But people who know me. And then somebody else in this room says, "Oh, I've lived in Vegas, and I never heard of the guy." Well,
asked around. This person lives in Vegas and has asked around to everybody. Have you ever heard of this guy? 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 Nope.
Lived in Vegas 27 years, never heard of you either.
By the way, all of your donations go to backup vapes, just to blow smoke at Bert.
But if you want to go on YouTube and type in Bert Lynch and start looking through all of the videos, there's a lot of them. Try typing in Bert Lynch Mimics, M-I-M-I-X. Try typing in, oh, that's another thing. They said I don't own, never owned, or maybe you own the bar. I don't know, something about not owning the bar. Go look at Bert Lynch Norma Jean's trailer on YouTube. Go get yourself an education before you start criticizing somebody.
Norma Jean's trailer. Get yourself an education on, get yourself an education. It's usually not used with the phrase Norma Jean's trailer.
I got to turn his air down. Give me a second.
Uh-oh. He's getting hot. Hot under the collar.
Soulflower says, how do you know does a podcast on Saturday? Thank you for your effort. Well, I think you're very welcome, and thank you for saying that. Hey, baby, come here. You just get up in my arms.
Oh, God.
You're coming up. If I get a hold of you, you're coming up. Why resist? Be a good little communist cat. This is Shadow, everybody.
This is Shadow, everybody. Precious Shadow.
In another month. And many of the people who watch the show have watched him from the time
my Shadow has never been sexually assaulted.
He was a baby kitten. And he stole my heart and became part of the show. And he always will be. Won't you, baby? Yeah. Started with him. But 1978 is not when she was born. Oh, goodness. Yes, Shadow was pretty nice. He's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. And you guys, I love you, kitty. Just a little bit. Want to sit? It's true, but that's the case. They bother me too. I don't like
Judy Chop.
the show, and yes, it's the only job I have. And I have to order them, and honestly, folks, it's just tough. That's true, but that's the case. They bother me too. I don't like them. But I can't afford to buy incandescent bulbs. I just have to order them, and honestly, folks, it's just tough trying to do the show and support the show. And yes, it's the only job I have.
Only job he has.
There's a reason for that.
There's no more time in the day for him to potentially work a job. Again, by his own admission, he has 20 clips. And let's say, worst case scenario, that every clip takes him 10 minutes to watch and get the link for and send it to himself somehow, or save it or open it, whatever. That's still only 3.3 hours.
My career ended in COVID. It didn't end. It got put on pause, but it's been a long-ass pause. And would I like to go back to performing? I would. I have a friend of mine who books cruise ships. I can't get it out because I don't have a prepared show.
Oh, he's banned on some cruise lines. I've heard. So everybody, wish him some good luck. So the way we wish Bert good luck is to give little Bert
The power of Christ
a little
compels
kiss.
you to give little Bert a little kiss.
It would take thousands of dollars for me to prep a show to take out on the show. He put me out there if I had the money to do it. Kathy M says 78 is not my birth year. It's the year I graduated. That's the year I graduated too, Kathy. We have something very exciting that's getting ready to happen. Any details yet? Can't talk about it yet. And
here we go.
we have something very exciting that's getting ready to happen. I just can't talk about it yet. My agreement with the company that's going to be doing this is you can tease it, but you can't give any details yet. And I understand I don't want to give any details. I want to make sure everything that I've been told is actually going to happen. And also want to make sure that I'm accurate when I'm describing.
Hopefully he gets that My Pillow crackhead guy.
Because it's new to me. And so I have to make sure that she's in Valparaiso, Indiana. Well, welcome to the show here in Las Vegas. Shadow just climbed into his little closet. That means leave me alone. So, the other person I was talking about thinks that, he watches every show. I don't. But I do go over.
Well, every time I've ever mentioned anything on my show, you've somehow known about it. So clearly, like even when it's not about you, my field coverage, my Trump coverage, what the fuck? If you're not watching them all, you're doing a really good job at guessing.
Over and check just about all the podcasters that I'm familiar with on a regular basis to see what they're covering, what they're talking about. And when somebody sends me a message and says, he's over there and that's all they're doing is bashing you, you might want to go check it out. And I mostly do that to check in the chat room to see who the people are that are in there chatting so that I can.
So he can ban them over there.
Be aware when they come over here. That's mostly. Yeah. And then I find out that people like that idiot though, no. And and the guy he heckles me from calling the line and then he goes over there and brags about it and everybody gives him, good for you.
Everybody clap for Narc.
I will address one thing that the guy said.
Okay.
He complains about my audio. He says the audio is
okay.
He wears.
Yeah, there's so much static. And he's going to say that I hear it and other people don't. You guys hear all that. Like, listen when I play them.
In-ears, which are very nice in-ears. They're highly sensitive, very professional in-ears.
Hear all that snow? Shh. All in the background. It's horrible. That is horrible. Fix it. Just fix it.
Everybody gives him, good for you. I will address one thing that the guy said. He complains about my audio. He says the audio is terrible. He wears in-ears, which are very nice in-ears. They're highly sensitive, very professional in-ears. I suppose they're molded to fit your ears. I told you guys the other day, I don't like to wear those. I don't like them because I like to be able to hear the ambient.
He didn't watch my show, guys. He didn't watch my show, but he knows exactly what I said about my headphones.
Noise of the audience when I'm on stage, and I don't like that. They're uncomfortable inside my ears. I don't like them. Most of the pros love to use them because it's easier.
I know my stream's not perfect, but I would not do a stream if I had that much static in the background, interference, whatever it is. Right? I don't know if your mic cables run up against like a fucking power cable or you need a power conditioner or something. I don't know what it is, but I would not do a show with all of that. And it's even worse when you're watching a video or you go to sneeze or fart or puke or whatever the fuck you're doing when you mute. When you go to mute and it's silent and then you come back, that's shuddering. Because even if you can block it out and like ignore the static, right? When he mutes his microphone and turns off the static and then comes right back to it, it's horrible. I hate that.
Than it is trying to get a monitor mix on what I'm talking about on stage and in the studio. But he says he can hear a buzzing sound. I can hear it too through these headphones. There's nothing I can do about it because I'm in an apartment.
Everybody in my chat can hear it.
With one outlet. Not one outlet, but one breaker. I can't separate my lights from my audio sound. I don't have a separate circuit to do it. There's only one circuit in the entire apartment. When I have my house and my studio set up in my house, I address those problems.
Solar panels.
I can't do anything about that buzz. The thing is, you can't hear the buzz in the regular speakers.
It's a washed-up lounge singer who was in the military choir.
You can only hear them in headphones. I don't think there's anybody out there right now in the chat room. If you're hearing a buzz, please tell me you're hearing a buzz.
Everybody in my chat told me last night. I even said, I don't want to be quick to judge. Maybe it's my headphones. Maybe I've got them turned up too loud. Maybe I'm doing something crazy. I've got the fucking gain cranked up. Everybody in my chat room's like, yeah, holy shit. Shh.
Because I've asked you several times. I know it's there, but it's only there because Mr. Brilliant over there is wearing in-ear monitors.
Okay. It's only because I have headphones on.
You did point out an audio issue with a microphone. I think I addressed it. I'm not sure. The camera
mute and let's see.
seems to have its own internal microphone.
I'm glad everybody say I'm glad we could help Bert. When he mutes, he doesn't mute. He goes to like a muffled, low gain. We can still hear him. So the other day when he was on the phone and he tried to mute, which by all means have your private calls. I'm not trying to listen to your private calls. We hear you going. That's stupid. Just mute.
And it's supposed to shut off when I switch over to this system, and it's not doing it. And that's probably more to do with the A10 Mini Pro allowing that audio to come down that line.
I'm here for you, Bert.
Than it is anything else. And it is something that I'm going to address. I'm going to look it up.
So you just heard the static. If you're not hearing the static, listen to this clip right here. He just mutes it for just a second. Listen.
And it.
See how it went away and came back stronger than ever?
It's something I'm going to address. I'm going to look it up. So
that's jarring. That's a jarring experience for your audience.
There is an ambient noise when I mute the microphone. And
there it was. We shouldn't have been able to hear anything from that cough. You've got another microphone bleeding through.
I don't know if you've heard any of that cough right there, but you're not supposed to. He's right about that. The guy could be an asset to everybody if he weren't such an asshole.
I'm an asset to everybody. I'm an asset and an asshole to everybody. I can be both. There is nothing in the asset handbook that says I cannot be an asshole. I've read it cover to cover.
And he says he's mentally ill because he's got PTSD. And he wants
PTSD, that's true.
100% funded by our government to pay him for his disability.
Yes.
You know,
disabled.
And he's a veteran, so maybe he does have PS. I think he's trying to con the Veterans Administration. They're trying to get the VA to do it, to pay him. And so he's...
You think? You think? Mariah, am I conning or faking my mental illness?
Acting as crazy as he can do, and he's hoping they go out and look at it. Oh, this guy is nuts. He can't function in society. But he criticizes everybody.
But didn't you try to call the VA on me, Bert? Wasn't that a thing that you did? You called the VA?
Every conservative out there, he criticizes everything about them. The way they wear their hair, the way their background looks, the way what they say. If you make one mistake in verbiage, if you put a letter in because maybe of the region of the country you're from, and you say something that doesn't agree with his position, that's his show. He needs you to look at him choking. He's probably choking on something. I guess what's he choking on?
What's he choking on? That blunt force trauma to the back of his throat.
What a pitiful person. And
build up scar tissue, I think.
It's just a sad. And I know, Robert, you said you wouldn't look him up. See, everybody's saying no buts because you don't hear it in your speaker, in your computer, you don't hear it. So it's not something I'm going to...
I have people telling me they can hear it through your show, through my show, on their phone. I guarantee you your people can hear it. They're just trying to be nice, or they don't know what you're talking about. It's most obvious when you try to mute.
I can't spend a lot of time chasing after it because of I've already told you the electrical problems in this apartment. If I could move into a new place, and eventually someday I'll be able to do that, we will be able to address that. But I did tune it with an EQ.
I've noticed that the only people that I've ever gotten shit about are like people that are desperate for attention, like for my PTSD or my service, are really desperate for attention, or people that got in, didn't do anything with their military career. Like maybe they were a member of a choir, or they got kicked out, or they got dishonorable discharge, or what. Those people give me shit, right? Or try to. I'm I'm faking a mental illness. It's almost like the VA would be like, hey, you should see a doctor. And then that doctor would be like, man, you faking this mental illness?
With the EQ and the compression on that I have, that comes with the audio in this A10 Mini Pro, I was able to tune it to the point where it's not as bothersome as it would be. I thought you were going to walk around and interview people. That would be an interesting job. I want to, Cameron, but it costs money. It costs money to...
It costs money to take your phone. Bro, if I lived in Las Vegas, I would have the greatest YouTube Shorts channel ever. Some of the best performing channels are ones where they just walk up, they're called Man on the Street, right? You just walk up to somebody and say, hey, we're going to play a trivia game, or hey, would you like to do a video, or would you like to, and then you just ask them questions about what's this, what's that, whatever. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're informative, like what's your job kind of deal, like all this shit. He lives in Vegas. He has a cell phone. What money would it cost him to walk around and interview people?
To buy the equipment that I need to go around and do that. I've got to hire a camera person. I've got to get an external microphone. I've got to get a setup where the microphone is Bluetooth.
So many people do it on the cell phone. What do you mean? You have to hire a camera person? I feel like, so to me, what Bert wants to do is he wants to start at the production quality of like a TV show. And that would be fine if he had like his parents were bankrolling him, or if he had millions of dollars in the bank and he's like, I'm going to start this, hire 3 cameramen, and they're all going to have these $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 cameras to start with, or $10,000 cameras, whatever they are. And these weightless setups and boom mics. But most people that find success on social media start from like a cell phone.
and I've got to get someone to follow me, go with me, so I've got to pay them to do that. It is going to be something I want to do. But for the same reason I don't have anybody helping me pick content and post content, is the same reason that I'm standing here by myself.
Here's another idea for you, Bert. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. We're going to try to fix your microphone somehow. Maybe we got to get all your equipment back from the pawn shop. Here's another idea. Start a Facebook group chat with some people that you trust that watch your show every night and say, hey, would you guys mind sending links to interesting stories you find or that you think I should cover or talk about? Boom. Content farm, baby.
Right now, I'm sitting here by myself. See if that makes sense. So no buzz, clear here too. No buzz. Thank you, Kimber. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Robert. No buzz.
He's got to have money.
50. And
You don't have enough money.
nice and clear. So, yeah. My dad would say about that other guy, he'd bitch if he got hung with a gold rope.
I would bitch if I got hung with a gold rope because I was hung, not because it's a gold rope. I am hung, just not from a tree limb.
You could just use your phone. Wanda said you just use your phone. Use your phone for what? Just do Facebook Live with your phone. I don't want to, so no.
I can't do that because it would cost money. I don't have it. Just use your phone. I don't want to.
The people that are getting ready to come on board with me here would not be interested in me and not be interested in offering me what they're offering me.
I'm hung like a Mediterranean pack mule.
If I was sitting here like this and going, hey, everybody, how you doing today? This is Bert, and I'm calling you from, I'm coming into you live here from the bathroom. You can't tell I'm sitting on the toilet, but I am. And, listen, I want to just report to you, oh, by the way, there's no microphone here, so you need to see that. That's what other people do. That's for other people who don't have any ambition at all.
Okay. That's for those successful people to do. I'm going to sit over here with my eight people in chat.
Kimber says it's like the guy on Jesse Waters' show. Okay, but it's called A Man on the Street. And that guy's got a microphone in his hand. He's got about a 3 or maybe 4-person crew on the other side of that camera. He's got somebody running sound. He's got somebody running the camera. And he's got one security guard. And there's probably one security guarding the cameraman and sound man who are occupied looking at the camera, looking at sound equipment. And somebody just off camera that's there to rescue him in case somebody goes completely batshit. So I think you guys see that and you don't understand what actually goes into having to doing a man on the street or even a walk and talk. Now, there are people.
OBS actually has an extension to where so I've got multiple cameras. I've got 3 cameras set up. But OBS has an extension to where I think it's called something Droid Cam or something, to where you can use it and you can either plug it into your computer and obviously pick up the camera from it, or you can set an IP address and make it like a web-based camera, and you can just cut to that. So there you go. I'm going to pause for Bert for a minute because before we go to Phil, I know we're going to Phil. I would like to show you this one guy that I try to be funny, but I'm just so bad at it. And I was looking around today and I was like, who can help me break through and finally get on my, I want to be like not a comedian, but like a funny guy. And I'm just so bad at it. I don't think I've ever made anybody ever laugh. So I found a guy that's breaking into the comedy scene. He's doing these little skits. And honestly, I don't know why SNL hasn't snatched this guy up yet. His name is the Pathetic Patriot. And here we go.
I won't keep paying the bills, probably till the day I die. Keep making the money, keep paying the bills, probably till the day I die. Maybe enjoy retirement for a whole year or 2 before I take that final breath. I've been thinking about, or trying to think about a bit, like a new bit to work on and bring either the stuff in the middle channel or to work on right here, like stupid, obvious news things, like breaking news. Troll goes into, here, I got a genuine one. Let's see, breaking news. Gotcha Man supporter found in a Dagburn live stream makes comment, and observers say they have not seen any proof of life from the commenter yet. Right? Really, really obvious, dumb point.
Hilarious. Gotcha Man fan comments on Johnny Gobble's stream. Other commenters say they have yet to see proof of life.
Pointless news kind of shit. Let me get my curse words right here. Compliments told about Progressive Patriot in AD's chat. What's up, Maxwell? How the hell you doing, man? What up? Total freestyle, just nothing particularly in mind. I just want to use this the final time I have before I walk in there and don't walk out until it's really, really late, and I'm probably going to be in too much pain, boo-hoo, before I get back to do a proper live. So I just want to get some time in. That's it. What's up, C-Pals? Yeah, so help me. I want to work off of this.
Are you secretly wrestling greased up midgets? Did I just blow your cover? What are you so wore out from?
Breaking news. Troll tries to dox YouTuber. No, we gotta be more specific. It's gotta be in this community. Breaking news, YouTuber named PBR is not widely appreciated, accepted, or celebrated in the Creek Squad chats. Oh my god, Dagburn supporter found lifeless in Uncle Will's comments. Like, I like this right here. Let's see. Oh, and I tell you, like, oh, man, I couldn't have baited a trap any better. No, I'm not a master troll, by God. Oh, wait, let me do this one before I forget. The random human being named Charlie D, hoisted by his own petard. I don't really know what that means, but I've heard it since, like, I was a kid. Trolling community aghast at accusations, allegations of a story from the Charlie D personality. Once upon a time, getting younger ladies, I don't know the age verification here, so I'm gonna leave it at younger ladies, young woman, I don't know. I've heard too many versions and I'm not gonna report as fact. So okay, no, reword it. We're doing it live, by God, we're doing it live. Local personality slash former troller Charlie D lambasted via, holy crap, there's some massive cake in front of me and I want to just put, that's not a good time right here. She is definitely, holy shit, I'm in uniform. I can't, I'm sorry, chat, I'm sorry, but what's in front of me is, she works out.
I've always been told the phrase, when it hoisted by the petard, I think it is. I was told, doesn't it come from Shakespeare? And it's like a, I don't know if the Shakespeare part is right. It's like a guy that makes bombs, blows himself up, but he lifts himself by his own explosion. Maybe that's all wrong, but there you go.
My God, her abs are, I can hear the crunching of the abs as they walk towards me. She has no idea I am just staring directly.
So he's just looming over some, like he's lurking in the parking lot talking about a woman walking in the parking lot. That's wild.
She is definitely, holy shit, I'm in uniform. I can't, I'm sorry, chat, I'm sorry, but what's in front of me is, she works out. My God, her abs are, I can hear the crunching of the abs as they walk towards.
How many people think he's making it up? I don't see shit in his glasses.
Incoming dono clip.
Oh, no.
She has no idea I am just staring directly into her. Oh, my God. You're so gorgeous. I'm not.
Oh, there was something. There's somebody walking there. There's motion, finally.
Okay. Stop it. This is so... Holy fuck. Can you see her over there? You can't see her over there. What was I talking about? Breaking news. Progressive Patriot totally creeps out while doing a live stream. Clips out of context to be discovered in about 1 to 2 hours from now. Is he canceled? Question mark. Question.
Yeah, that man that walked by. That roofer. That roofer that walked by. Yeah, we all saw that. We all saw it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me play this dono clip. Hold on.
Question mark. Progressive Patriot, formerly retired for 2 years. Where did people get that I fucking retired?
Formerly retired for 2 years. Here's a dono clip from Itsuko. Maybe. Is it not going to play? I'll keep working on it.
By the way, I just didn't use this consistently. It's a thing that's there. She know.
His shirt looks like an Aldi logo. It's like two colored boxes around the word Aldi. That's what it looks like, but I'm not positive.
Shut the fuck up, man. Let me live in this little imaginary safe space. I may as well literally.
Hi, Bert. I'd rather donate to the funnier podcaster, Will Bert. Sorry, Bert. Hi, Bert. I'd rather...
That's actually pretty good. It didn't play the right way, but I still played it. That's pretty good. Thank you. Oh, there he goes.
Hi, Bert. I'd rather donate to the funnier podcaster, Will Bert. Sorry, Bert.
Sorry, Bert.
Literally have just gone like this.
Thank you, Itsuko.
Pulling out right now.
Oh, by the way, 2 glasses? Do people do this? Maybe. I haven't worn glasses in years, but when I wore glasses, I either had, we couldn't afford transition lenses, so I had the ones that like attached to your glasses. They were just like the front part just attached to your glasses, but maybe it's a thing. I don't know. It looks really weird when you're creeping on a woman with 2 glasses, though.
Damn, son, she was gorgeous. I thought the sunglasses made me invisible. Okay, hi, Shamrock. I thought the sunglasses, I mean, these are...
Comedy gold. I thought sunglasses made me invisible.
They're expensive, apparently. They're Ray-Bans.
Comedy golds.
I'm sorry, you really got me in my feels. I don't know why. You guys are very reflective. In that moment, I don't know why I thought I could hide behind chatting into the screen without her being able to see my eyes.
God, he's so hilarious.
My neck was frozen like a fucking popsicle, man. And I'm just staring deep into her.
My neck was frozen like a popsicle, man.
Gorgeous bodice, bro. This chick is wearing the tightest shirt, like her abs are sticking out. Her, oh my god, like her legs and everything. And I can see the outlines of everything, okay? Not perving out here. She's an attractive looking lady. Here's another one. Not as, okay, see, I'm not as starstruck as I was with the former. Here's how you can see how I'm grading this in real time. What's in front of me is like, you know, okay, probably a Florida 5. But what was here earlier? Florida fucking 10 upon 10. And I thought, so much so that I forgot.
Who the hell is selling this? Bert Lynch, Raise Up Old Glory CD signed. Former U.S. Air Force band vocalist by Pit Pirate 21 Game, Jerseys, and Hobbies. Oh, you got fucked, bro. Nobody's going to pay $30 for that shit. No way.
Forgot I existed in the physical realm. I thought that my mass was not being able to be tracked and that I was literally invisible.
By the way, he's working on a new bit for his show. Plus $3.99 ship, plus $4 shipping. So $34 plus tax.
Staring her down, mouthing off to some invisible nothing. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I knew. You want to send a super chat? Well, I'll send it. Okay, anyway. What's up, Third Eye? Good to see you. I don't know. And you know what? This is in bad taste. Oh, shit. My girl is going to kick my ass.
Oh, his girlfriend.
It's okay. Okay, remember, it took me a couple years, 4 years, to learn to not talk too much about stuff in my real personal life. That's all. So, let's just say, though, that whole bit I just did right there, that transparency, I'm going to pay for it. Stop commenting on my post, former friends. Can't you see I'm living vicariously through YouTube? Breaking news!
Don't you guys wish I could be this funny when I come on so you guys had something to laugh about?
YouTuber loses...
I just come on here dry like crackers, baby. That's it. No laughs, no funnies. Nothing.
Identity, chasing clout. Breaking news. Marmar Binks does something positive with his life. Does not respond well to AI song generated about him. Cries himself to sleep. What's more obvious news? Let me check my notes. Future. Dude, that was my future ex. Oh shit, no. I gotta stop talking about all that. Okay. I really like this is how disturbed the mind is. All right. I'm sick. I'm definitely I'm a bad pup here. While I'm driving at a red light, when I'm stopped at a red light, and I speed to work every fucking day, because the traffic is cray.
Okay.
Shorthand notes. Literally, I'm the only one that can cipher this fucking language out, so I can use it on either stuck in the middle or here. And the whole idea I came up with was coming up with obvious news or something like that, like stupid breaking news stories that are not at all shocking. What did I write down? Oh yeah, it was I think I already tried to work this. Gotcha Man fan commented in Dagburn's chat.
You say so.
No reply from commenter. Observers, witnesses say they have not seen any further action from commenter after chat descended upon his carcass. I didn't write all that. I kind of freestyled some of that. I really tried. Not speeding. I'm just hurrying up to get somewhere in a perfectly legal means. Yeah, see, and this is shorthand right here. Troll doxing. Just like the, let me see if I remember the name. Trinket, Pinkett, something or another. I think you're Joe Barron, but I don't want to get all crazy. Barron with his Barron ass. I noticed his name.
Trinket, Pinkett, something. Got it.
Weirdo, looked really carefully at my uniform and has continually tried to mention where I work in a couple
Aldi's
of chats. All of a sudden, there's some new accounts that are.
I mean, you're sitting there with the logos on your shirt, bro. That's Aldi, right? It's not like an investigation. There's the Aldi logo, right? It has the golds, then like gold, orange, then red. There it is on a shirt. Speeding, riding while driving, wearing 2 sets of glasses, and worried that he's being doxxed while he's showing everybody the logo for his company.
Really super focusing on how they execute their commentary, trying not to.
Oh, this is peak tier comedy. He might be on Rogan by this time next week.
Putting out details that I've only seen from one individual. So best friends, person in Spain. Hey, do me a favor. Go ahead and this feels gross. Douche chills. Breaking news. Live streamer has douche chills. Well, but the moment before he says, "Hey, hit the like button so I have some form of validation," and then cries himself to sleep every night while getting ass kicked by girlfriend who saw a streamer who thought he was actually invisible when he thought he was falling in love again. I want to clip that whole part. I'm showing that on Stuck in the Middle. Ole, let me see. I'm gonna work on my Spanish real quick. I'm glad I went live. It really does boost my morale. Oh, let me talk about something really stupid first.
It's like AI trying to be like very high energy and funny.
Which is all I do. And if you expect any less, you don't know me. I have a legal something in the state I'm in on my lap right now. Don't ask me why, and I put it away. Okay? There's a reason, though. There's a reason. I promise.
He's got a gun to shoot homeless people.
Because I go through a certain way. This place is far from my actual home, and I have to drive by the dumpster area. I take a place where there's signs that say you can't come through, and I gotta face these folks every day. Look, I have a lot of sympathy truly for people that are struggling out here. Okay, they are dumpster diving. They essentially live by this dumpster. They even had a trailer here, and there was a whole big thing where the police had to come, and cops are called on a daily basis at this fucking location, and I want to get transferred out of here in like 6 months, 5 months if I can, if I'm lucky. But I have to go through this. But let's just say on the first day I reported to this location, a crackhead knocked on my window and started to go fucking shit plumb crazy.
I've never met a person that if someone asked me like, "Hey, describe them," the only word I could come up with was cringy. Just fucking straight cringe. That's his blood type.
Salt bath style, demanding a cigarette. And I'm like, bitch, I don't smoke. And then fucking headbutted my window. So when I drive through that little place, I'm oversharing again. Breaking news: Progressive Patriot overshares. Comments will haunt him till his dying days. Will be played at wedding, especially clip where he finds a Florida 10. Girlfriend unalives Progressive. Breaking news: being stream sniped over at AD's. Yeah, there you go. Was I saying something about Charlie D? No, hey, thank you. This is America. Hashtag Childish Gambino. I hope I didn't sound too cold about it, but it definitely got me on my pins and needles. And then, man, I'm all over the place. Stop drinking Red Bulls. You guys should see all the water bottles I have down here. Okay, there was one other instance where I'm the new employee.
Hilarious.
I had to go out there and clear him out. And there was one dude. He's probably one of the best, like eating well for himself, homeless. He hit it in the head a few times the way he was talking.
There's a fat homeless guy.
And so I went out there. I said, "You guys have to go, man. You ripped the top of our dumpster off. We're gonna call the police. You gotta go." I got my radio, so I dumpster door off of the hinge on the top. I'm calling. He just starts. He's like, "You're cool, man, but that white boy, something bad that I can't say out loud. He's gonna get his." So yeah, constant fucking threat here. YouTube's is hilarious. It's whole plumb hilarious. So that kind of shit in real life, when you see what the people do to try to get under your skin on the YouTubes, is hilarious. It's whole plumb hilarious. Like, hey, what's up, Twisted? I'm glad you're here, by the way. I'm curious.
Curious.
A singular disagreement with somebody who's had a channel for years. And the reason why I've supported somebody that PBR unapologetically is because he's on the platform. Picking stuff up that slips out of your this job is hard, you know. It was after I got employed again with a full-time job that I just felt mentally well to do this kind of shit. And this job is hard. You know, I got something that looks like track marks here, but that shit, hold on, that's from...
I feel like if I came on the internet and complained about something this minor, my testicles would retract up inside of me. They'd become internal ovaries.
Constantly picking stuff up that slips out of your fucking arms, breaking pallets down and all the, without it becoming imminently attacked by supporters that thought we were all cool. It's like in voluntary digital fucking space. So I'm just not gonna give a shit. I'm just gonna continue to have my opinion, and it's going to just move on as well as everybody else as the world moves forward. My opinions, like I told you,
I feel like he's surprised by the words that come out of his mouth. And I'm just going to have my opinion that's going to move like the water on the world as the world continues to go forward through orbit around the galaxy as it's ever expanding.
I'm proud of my opinions changing. Let me check the time. I can't do this too long. Oh yeah, do me a favor. Remember, add to the cringe, all right? Help my shame. For every thumbs up, the more shame I'll feel. I don't know. I don't know what it does at the end of the day. Oh, look, I got 5 thumbs up instead of 10 today. I guess I can... I'm going to put them thumbs up right in my pocket. No, I don't know. I guess sometimes I truly do believe that since I'm still considered a small channel, I have no real interest beyond that. Like whatever happens. That's kind of life and my approach. But I'm convinced like the algorithm, is a little suppressive of smaller channels that speak very loosely on controversial topics or that curse a little more. That's why I continue to try to embrace the little niche area where I'm at. You know what I mean? Third eye, yeah, shit. You know what? Since that comment is still right there, I'm gonna have to somewhat agree, and he'll have to see this and be like, what the, and might maybe rage out about it. But there's a lot of dishing. People do a lot of dishing out, and when the rubber band keeps on building and that force snaps back, then you see what somebody's really popular. Because I went after someone I really didn't know enough about. I just knew he was kind of known as a fucking creep. When it started coming back 10 times, I was not mentally prepared. But I wore the t-shirt, been there, done that, and it's just a part of the internet. And how much it affects you is wholly up to you. I'm hitting the 6-7 minute mark here. I want to say thank you. Yes, you watched me work out a bit, and I'm going to flesh out, and I'm going to work on actual titles. I love kind of playing off files. Was very openly. There's nuance. There's layers and levels, like people that are so certain that their opinions are infallible. But yeah, thank you for attending the little bit I'm trying to work out, flesh out, and I'm going to keep on working on. If you have ideas on stupid news,
way too controversial.
They have to be specific to like this area of YouTube, and I'm going to either take it and run with it here on this channel, or make it a whole bit and segment, and Josh and I will work out and tune up, maybe even give it like its own song and title, screen, and everything. And I'll do a whole part where I pretend to be like a news anchor man. I'll be like, stupid news for this corner of YouTube, Crack Squad versus Creek Squad, blah blah. Ryan Upchurch and has barely everything in the U.S. top scurvy right now. We don't know what our president is thinking, and I mean, we voted for him, but right now it's going to be a very decisive time for the United States and the way our president is thinking. And thank you for everything. I'm going to cone now. I promise. It was nice to meet you. I hope all is well in Spain. Everything in the U.S. is top scurvy right now. We don't know what our president is thinking, and I mean, we voted for him, but right now it's going to be a very decisive time for the United States.
It's bad.
And the way everything is moving. But also on the flip side, we had a recent flood in Texas, and there are growing conspiracies that are being co-signed by MAGA, the administration I voted for, that are feeding into the fact that scientists have created an eco-engineering cloud that flooded Texas on purpose. That was reported on mainstream news. RFK said, "Oh, thank you for reporting on this. Scientists have created an eco-engineering cloud that flooded Texas on," signed by MAGA, the administration I voted for, that are feeding into the fact that scientists have created an eco-engineering cloud that flooded Texas on purpose. That was reported on mainstream news. RFK said, "Oh, thank you for reporting on this," and Majorie Taylor Greene said, "Yeah, we should look into this." So that's kind of yeah. If that doesn't leave you like, huh, then
Majorie? You think her name is Majorie?
And Majorie Taylor Greene said, "Yeah, we should look into this." So that's kind of yeah. If that doesn't leave you like, RFK said, "Oh, thank you for reporting on this," and Majorie Taylor Greene said, "Yeah, we should look into this." So that's kind of yeah. If that doesn't leave you like, huh, then yeah, I think that covers it. Take care. God bless. I'm gonna go work. I hope everybody has a fantastic day.
Majorie Taylor Greene said, "Yep, weather modification."
Oh my God, I'm in so much pain. Yeah, I'll go sign to the VS there. How do I turn this off? I'm such a boomer.
Comedy. So that's going to be my new bit. I'm just going to do that for 2 hours straight. That's it. Now we got to go to Phil. The title of his show is All Rise. Support the show at Colbert.fund while I contemplate my life choices and jumping off a bridge. I got to mute it because he's going to be playing music for the fucking first 30 minutes of his show. So here we go. He's back. Dancing, Phil, even. He's playing the song, I think it's Hoosier. Sweet, too sweet, you're too sweet. He goes, I take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3 or some shit like that. And it says, you're too sweet for me or something. Is that Hoosier? I don't know. To be fair, if I conned people out of millions of dollars from multiple homes all over the world, if I went from literally not having $200 in my bank account to fucking a multimillionaire with homes all the way around the world and fucking supercars and shit and knew I wasn't going to get busted, I'd probably think I was a man too. Oh, wait, we got a comment. Hold on. Comment time. You're so massively asleep. This is from that Patty bitch that comments all the time, randomly, just on videos. You're so massively asleep on the Trump team. You're watching a scripted movie for exposure to wake up the sleepers. 100% movie camera, popcorn, laughing till I cry emoji. Still part of the movie, guys. No audio. No audio. No audio. No audio. You gonna play the music again? 2 minutes. The fuck's he drinking out of a plastic bowl? No audio. No audio. Peyote. This is good. Glad we tuned in, guys. And this is at double speed, by the way. 2 times speed. I got to pause the music. Sorry. He started playing music again. So at least he has music playing, I guess. So it's just music playing still. Here we sit. Does he have flies? What the fuck is going on?
Got a small dick, but wait till it get hard. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Oh my God, Phil doing this on purpose. It's been like 6 years and he still has no idea how his fucking sound works. That's exactly right. He never has any idea how anything works. But he's also Trump's lead hacker. Unbelievable. I agree. Thank you very much. All right, he's finally got audio.
Rumble Studio has all sorts of issues. So what I was saying was there's a fly in here. And then I realized that there are 2 flies in here now. And they're taunting me. They're like saying little things to get me pissed off. It's working. So, I mean, I just want to say that. If I have the opportunity to kill the flies, I will absolutely do that. Just so you guys know. Wait, it's taunting me. I'm going to get it.
I like how his nose whistles when he breathes in. Impressive. I'm going to get a little kazoo for one of my nose holes, I think.
Okay. Hello. Godlewski. I used to do live streaming. I still do, just not as much. Big things are happening in the world, and I want to let you guys know about them.
Perfect.
That's what we're going to do here tonight. I'm drinking soup. Not because I'm sick, but because...
Ooh, we get to hear it, too. Awesome.
I ordered hibachi, and comes with a really good soup. It's called Clear. No one knows what it actually is. It's not even clear. As you can see, it's brown. Slightly clear, but it's not. It's more like soy sauce clear than it is like water clear. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to talk a lot tonight about some things. This is not going to be a very long live, at most probably an hour. I'm probably going to talk for about 30, 40 minutes, and that's about it. I'm going to get right to the point. First and foremost, yes, a lot of people have been asking a couple things, so I'm going to address that real quick. First and foremost, yes, Will Bird from Cold Beer Confessional is covering my... Uh-oh.
What? I'm mentioned?
But I didn't. Nick Bird from Cold Beer Confessional is covering my...
Nick Bird.
...case against the Cowardly Lion, Nick Albeer. So if you want to tune into Will's...
God damn it, Atsuko. You did this, didn't you?
most recent show, I think it was from last night, the night before. It tells you what's going on in the case. For those of you that don't know, I sued Nick Albeer and Good Lion Films and pretty much everything he's a part of for defamation, slander, libel, the whole slew of things, harassment. The list is endless. Intentional fiction, and also.
It's called clear soup because that's the base broth, right? You can see it's obviously not clear like water, but you can see through it. It's not like a heavy broth. It's a light broth that you can see the bottom of the bowl. You can see all the ingredients in it and your spoon, even though it's not clear technically.
So the stress is a whole bunch of things. The idiot flew airplanes around saying I'm a fraud. So anyway, it ended up in a lawsuit. It's been in purgatory ever since. This past week, and we'll go over in a lot more detail than I am. This past week, we had a mediation set. The judge wants us to negotiate. And I have terms. And if the terms aren't met, we'll go to trial. I don't care.
I wish I would have. They're not going to watch it, right? They might try. They might click on my videos, but it was like at the very end of one of my shows, right? And I talked about something else the whole time.
But that's okay. Let's go to mediation. Mediation is in the state that I sued him in Pennsylvania. He apparently now lives in Hawaii, in Maui, near my house. Or he's just doing a documentary there. I don't know, but that's where he is. And he said, oh, well, I can't make that mediation. And he told us 2 days before.
He moved from Nashville to there. And they set this mediation up in April, and they knew he had moved then, and he didn't say anything about it. Like he couldn't make it, or is going to be prohibitive or something like nothing.
For the mediation was actually to occur, even though mediation was scheduled in April. The judge is livid. He's going to end up paying all sorts of sanctions and everything. Apparently, he's not even paying his attorney anymore. It's getting really, really dicey. On the front of the taco stand lady that I'm also suing for the same thing, progressing in that case, and her attorney, Jeff Lewis, is getting a little...
I haven't really heard much about that case. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard a whole lot about it.
Slower, which usually indicates that the client has stopped paying. And such is the case with a lot of these cases. They get very... I'm telling you guys, I know from personal...
He's accusing her of not paying Pebbles, of not paying her attorney.
Experience. They get very expensive quickly, and they're very long. There is no... It's not a sprint at all. I mean, it is a very long marathon. And I know that from the Scranton Times case and the Bree case, both of which are under appeal right now. And then if that appeal doesn't go, there's another round of appeal, and it's crazy. It really is. Imagine what Trump went through with all his cases. See how long they took? Kind of the same thing. So, yes, I'm not wearing my wedding ring, but it's not because I'm not married anymore. Me and Carrie are happily married. I got a blister. I was swinging a hammer the other day, believe it or not, and my ring kind of formed that you could actually...
Bro, you got bitch hands. You got bitch hands, dude. Well, I swung a hammer a couple times the other day, and I really couldn't hit it hard enough, so I started using my purse, and the purse strap gave me a blister.
Actually, see there a little bit. Right there. So I had to take it off because the ring kept pushing into it and like really making it hurt. So don't start any rumors there. Also, don't start any rumors about my chain. Yes, I always wear that cross. I had to take it off because the clasp broke again for the second time. And it's a very expensive necklace, so I didn't want to... what the hell does that mean? You need a space cap. What's a space cap? Anyway, it's not that I lost faith in God or anything. It's just that the cross I have doesn't fit on this kind of chain. So I had to switch until I get that one fixed. So no need to start any rumors. That's illegal stuff. Let's get into where you guys are from. Tell me where you're from, and then we'll get started. Lake Jackson, Texas. I can barely see the screen, so it's fine. Lake Jackson, Texas.
Right. You ought to take pictures of your hobbit feet and send them to me. I'll show you some real feet. I mean, hands. They're basically like little raccoon hands.
Texas. LFG. Okay. Don't click this link. That's not my channel. Scotland, Virginia, Myerstown, Pennsylvania, Hamilton, Butler, Pennsylvania, County, Montana, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Deltona, Florida, Cairo, I'm assuming Egypt, Idlewild, California, I don't even know that place, Somerset, Kentucky, Topeka, Groover, Texas, Northwest Arkansas, and we'll do... I don't know, I can't find one that way. Endicott, New York, that's fine. Only because I'm going to be in New York tomorrow. Busy, I've been in Hawaii, I've been in Arizona, I've been now then podcaster, entrepreneur, because I'm going to be in New York tomorrow. Cool, great. So thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Phil Godlewski. I am a truther, podcaster, entrepreneur. Well, if you don't know me by now, then I have no idea what you're doing here. I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys. Been busy. Last 30 days I've been busy. I've been in Hawaii, I've been in Arizona, I've been in New York, and going back to New York. So I barely fit this live in tonight, but I thought it to be that important. I didn't even eat yet. Like, I'm starving. My food is right there. That's why there's slides. I don't know how they got in. That aggravates me, but I'll figure that out. I'm going to get them too, by the way.
Yeah, it's not based on the size. It's based on the amount of hair coverage.
So there are very many things, very many important things going on right now, and I think most of you are probably aware of them. What I think you're seeing is how long it takes for some of the things that I say to actually come true. First and foremost,
okay,
silver. We're going to talk at great length about silver tonight, where it's at.
There's that hairy knuckle.
Why it got there, what they're doing to stop it from, staying there at the price that it's at right now, and what it means for us and what it means for them. And we're going to talk also about who them is. Secondly, the rumors are starting to float around in all sorts of different channels and publications about Matt Gaetz possibly being appointed special counsel or special investigator for the Trump administration to look into several things. Number one, Epstein files. Number two, Comey.
Why would he look into the Epstein files that don't exist?
James Comey. Also, John Brennan. Cash Patel made an announcement about an investigation into those two individuals. And I said this on Telegram the other day, but I might as well say it again in case you guys didn't hear it. John.
Oh my God.
Grab your AR and get in, soldier. I need you to sight in your weapon. No noise, no wasted ammo. You've got 10 seconds. Move. Ow.
What the fuck is this?
This is the Bore Sighter by MCG Tactical. Drop it into your barrel, turn it on, line it up with your scope with the green laser dot.
John Brennan is one of the worst individuals to ever grace any part of the United States government, and that includes Obama. Brennan is easily in the top 5, possibly in the top 3. And you guys know all the scumbags that have been in our government, in the United States government, right? Brennan is one of the worst of the worst. He is top 1% by far.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a hell of it.
Thank God.
I think that Cash Patel is trying to investigate somebody that's been out for
So typically, when you want to appoint special counsel, you don't try to find somebody that's like a sycophant like Matt Gaetz is with Trump. I don't know where he heard this rumor at. If Matt Gaetz is appointed as special counsel for an investigation or special investigator, there's no way I would trust anything that he returns at all. Like, it would be a sham from the get-go. You usually try to get somebody that's known to be impartial, right? And they have like this reputation of being like they have like super integrity. They've worked for bipartisan, not a fucking sycophant, right?
I felt like I got him.
Dude, I heard Sage text me and told me that, so Trump's again trying to get people to stop talking about Epstein, which every time he tries to get people to stop talking about Epstein, it makes it seem more like he's on the Epstein list. So check out this mess. I heard the comments on this were really bad. What's going on with my boys, and in some cases, gals, they're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, that's what they say. Jeffrey Epstein's his name, maybe you've heard of him. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to the files that were written by Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, Crooked Hillary, James Comey, and Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia. You remember? They said Russia? Hoax. 51 intelligence agencies, low IQ. The laptop from hell, that's what they called it, and more. They created the Epstein files just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me, and now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. By the way, you were talking about the Epstein files. Anyways, why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein's files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? They haven't even given up on the JFK or MLK Jr. files. No matter how much success we have had securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, a safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons, it's never enough for some people. We are about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration has achieved in over 100 years. And we have so much more to do. We are saving our country and making America great again, which will continue to be our complete priority. The left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020, and arresting thugs and criminals instead of spending months after months looking at nothing but the same old radical left-inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. Now the radical left just made the client list up, I guess. Even though he's spoken about it, they did that. You don't remember the binders they were all holding up? Phase 1, the Epstein files. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they try to do the same thing in 2024. That's what she is looking into as AG and much more. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. Let's keep it that way and not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, again, the more he says this, the more he looks like he's on the fucking list. We want the elite pedos exposed. You promised us that. Pam promises that. Kash promises that. Now it's our fault because we want the promise fulfilled and call Pam out every time she lies. What else has she lied to us about? This is going to cost you so many supporters. I being one of them. I have been to multiple rallies and even was there on J6. There is one of the main things that needs to be fixed. Our two-tiered system of justice needs to end. We the people. I even heard. Hold on. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly is now even claiming that Trump won't release the Epstein list because some of his big donors and big-name Republicans are on it. Like, just crazy. Like, everybody's fucking pissed at this guy. And he's like, quit talking about it. The guy's a creep. Nothing happened. The left made it up. I'm not showing your feet. No, Mariah. Thank you for the picture. I'm not showing your feet on the stream. There's some fucking weird. They'll be beaten off before I can get it pulled back off the screen. Fucking Bert. He's into feet and cats.
Not my soup, is he? Nope. Not clear. Brown, actually. But anyway, Brennan, I found it interesting that Cash is going after a guy that's been out for so long, but the reason Cash is going after that guy is a big reason. So we're going to see a lot of stuff happen with John Brennan. And obviously, James Comey, we all know about James Comey, but what we don't know about James Comey is what James Comey had done.
It's wild that something so fucking dumb. I made a video and I'm like, you're telling me the elite billionaire rapist who has a questionable past with minors is not going to release the list full of elite billionaire rapists who have questionable past with minors? No way. You're kidding me, right? But it's weird that this might be the thing that breaks the movement. There was a list. He talked about the list. His kids talked about the list. Everybody talked about the list. This right. Let's watch this. Just before. Here we go. Real quick, because we got to cover Phil. But watch this. This is Kash Patel.
Yeah, I don't think this could have aged any worse for Kash Patel.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
But who? That is that. I mean, there's.
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
Who's the director of the FBI?
This is another government gangster operation.
Yeah, I don't think this could have aged any worse for Kash Patel.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's?
The FBI. Who at the FBI? The director. Well, that's you now. There is no list. There's no black book. There's nothing.
Many years ago, way before the Hillary emails and way before the battles with Trump and everything. And, I love it. I absolutely love it. And this is just the start. There's going to be so much more that Cash is going to do with his power. And with Bongino there as deputy director, I think it's great what's happening. These scumbags have to come to judge. Go just land. Just land. These people have to come to justice. And it all starts somewhere, right? It all starts with an investigation or an arrest or an indictment or a grand jury or whatever. So it's happening. What we want it to happen is happening. And I got news for you. I think I have to remind you guys of this.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been such fucking lunatics talking about the list, talking about he didn't kill himself. They should have been more level-headed, like, hey, this does look suspicious, but who knows, right? We weren't there. It does look crazy that the cameras are out, the guards fell asleep, and, this just happened after he had been put on suicide watch and just released. He was supposed to have a cellmate, and he didn't have a cellmate. Like, that is crazy, but the evidence can only show you so much, and I don't have access to the evidence, right? Or maybe he keeps a list, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But they've said Biden's on the list and Barack Hussein Obama's on the list. All these people are on the fucking list, and they're like, there is no list. And people are supposed to be like, oh, yeah. We'll just ignore everything you've said for the last fucking 6 years? Sure.
Because I think it's easy to forget. We are in only the 6th month of Trump's second term, officially anyway. So we got 3.5 years left of this. The first 6 months went exactly how Trump wanted them to go. I just had to look over here. Phil, please pray for my mom. She's part of the Phil family. She just turned 88 in the hospital. She's in ICU trying to get her strength up to have heart surgery after we get her some unvaxxed blood donated. We will absolutely pray for your mother. I don't know her name, but the username is Little Joe, I think.
Imagine your mom needs a blood transfusion. You're like, make sure it's unvaxxed. We won't take it.
Can't really see well. Little Joe. So please pray for Little Joe's mom tonight as she hopes for a new heart. 88 years old is always tough. Trying to get a new heart. It's almost like they don't want to give it to you because they think you're too old. It's awful. The healthcare system is awful. So anyway.
They are too old.
Great things are happening. And it's only been 6 months, and Trump did exactly what he wanted to do in the first 6 months of his administration. And I am super, super, super excited to see what happens in the next 6 months because things are starting to roll now with that. Let me tell you what's going on with the Epstein files because I know.
Okay, perfect. He knows.
Very few.
Let me tell you what's going on with the Epstein files because I know.
Few things that I'm actually in the know of.
We covered him at the first part of the show a little bit. Mariah's making me cover Phil, but we'll cover him. We'll cover the full show one day.
I swear that was the fly. I didn't just. So if you remember, I was going to put screenshots on and everything and do this really fancy.
O'Reilly said that when he spoke to Trump when he spoke to Trump about the Epstein list, that Trump was so worried that Now, when has Trump ever been worried about innocent people being caught up in the shit that he puts out? Right? He said that immigrants were eating people's pets. He's never been worried about the innocents. But now he's like, hey, there's a lot of innocent people that are in, Jeffrey Epstein's contact list that didn't have anything to do with that weird shit he was doing. Hold on, let's see if this will play. Sorry, it's an ad right now. Joins the News Nation to discuss Trump administration push to defuse. This is from the 10th. There's just so many innocent people that hung out with Epstein. He doesn't want any of those innocent people to get hurt. Okay. Because the Democrats made Epstein's black book somehow. Listen.
I think that this is a hoisted on your own petard. I don't think it's a big value situation because I never believed any of the conspiratorial talk. But the president is not well served by the people around him on this one.
That's weird. We've heard that saying 3 times. I said it once because Eli didn't know what it was. Eli said it once, and then fucking Cuomo says it. Hoisted by your own petard.
I think he really cares about Epstein one way or the other, and I don't believe there's anything in the files that kills him. But the people around him botched this, Bill, because they fed all these people this conspiracy fodder about this, and then Bondi 1 minute says it's on her desk, the next minute there's nothing to it. Kash Patel and Bongino, who made such a market in the conspiracy, all of a sudden say it's not true. It's a terrible look for the administration. What's your take?
Well, I think President Trump could correct it anytime he wants to correct it. And that's the question is, I don't know why he doesn't. So all you got to do is say to the Attorney General, you're going to hold a press conference. You're going to tell him generally what we've learned about the Epstein case in a very methodical way. You'll answer some questions. You're not to mention any names because that could destroy people. I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about context.
Trump doesn't care. You're just fucking lying, except for his wealthy donors.
Text. So you can't do that.
Bill O'Reilly.
You can't destroy human beings by putting out the files, whatever they may be. But you certainly can have Attorney General Bondi say, this is what we know, and we're going to protect the innocent, and he's a heinous individual. In that press conference,
when Trump was talking about Epstein and said, he's a good guy, we both like women, he likes them a little young, maybe too young. What did he mean by that, you think?
Sitting next to Pam Bondi should be Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of Joe Biden, who had this material for 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Biden had it. Yeah, you don't hear that from the left, do you? No.
No, listen, well, what you do here, which I agree with, is if Merrick Garland had stuff on Trump, that's in.
The left wasn't hyping this up and saying there's all these billionaires on there, everybody on the right's on there, this, that, and the other. The fucking Biden did release some of the Epstein shit. The same shit that Trump released in binders later when he was elected. The exact same documents.
In there, he would have given it to him. Now, I have to say, there's a point of clarification. Oh, 100%. But there's a point of clarification here. People are going to hear your explanation, and they may think, oh, yeah, he wants to protect all his buddies because they were scumbags who were in the... No, that's not the point. It's the opposite point. I don't believe there is a client list. I think Bondi made a mistake when she suggested they had a client list. I don't think Epstein had anything like that. I think they have videos where he is doing disgusting things with people, but they're none of the people that people are headhunting for. And the other point is something that people will never give the president credit for, maybe me among them. But there is no client list. And if you put people's names out, they are going to sue the government, and they are going to win because they are going to show that the government had reason to know that there was nothing felonious in their relationship with Epstein, and they put out information that was defamatory anyway. And that's the reason not to do it. You're going to.
We already have all of his contact list. It's already out. I read a bunch of names to you the other day: Leonardo DiCaprio and a bunch of people, Trump and all of Trump's family.
When people's lives who had nothing to do with the behavior. Well, but when people hear it, it sounds
Trump
like
and I were talking about unintended consequences, not legalities, and I agree with them. But this is not a difficult thing to do. Shouldn't be anyway for Ms. Bondi. And then you could find Merrick Garland's probably at a Club Med somewhere in the Caribbean, just get him out.
He won't come on, but it's a good point.
Yeah, you made
No, I think that's dumb.
You made a couple of...
I don't think he's blackmailing people.
Earlier that I'm going to correct in a gentle way, because that's, of course, who I am. Number one, I don't have any buddies to protect, so anybody would say that would be totally insane. Number two, we have seen this kind of hatred on the left before, and it happened during the Vietnam War, that you had a radical element in the Democratic Party that was supporting the Black Panthers, for example, that were calling for murder. You had Jane Fonda sitting on an anti-aircraft gun in North Vietnam while the war was going on. That's about as extreme as you get. So this has happened before. But I don't believe that most Democrats buy into this at all. I think Murphy is irresponsible in Connecticut. I think he's a loon. I don't respect him at all. Swalwell, I do respect. I don't think he's a loon. I think he understands what's happening. But remember this, Cuomo. You get headlines by being the bomb thrower. That gets you attention. But this has happened before in our history. There's no doubt about it. But now we're in a position where the Trump administration is winning. That may end tomorrow. but it's winning. Got the big bill.
Is it, though?
Got the Iranian...
The most unpopular bill, I think, to ever pass Congress. Well, not ever. In the modern age, right?
Diminishment, it's winning. And that is driving people insane on the left.
The Epstein list is just like the Vietnam War where the left was against it. Yeah, those are the same.
Newscast looking thing with not gonna do that. If you remember, one of the first things Pam Bondi, after we knew Pam Bondi was going to be...
Just talk, Phil. Damn.
I'm gonna wreck this place later.
Support the show at coldbeer.fund while we watch Phil fuck around with goddamn flies and shit. Piss off Bert. Make a donation.
The very first time we heard Pam Bondi's name when it comes to an executive action on behalf of her office, on behalf of the Attorney General.
Bert, if you were smart, you would tell all your viewers that it makes me so mad when you get a donation. And say, piss off Will. He hates it. He'll crash out or something. I don't know.
This, of course, was after Trump nominated her and she was confirmed and all that. We went through all that. But the first time we heard Pam Bondi's name was very early after she was confirmed by the Senate. Can I concentrate? How about you concentrate on me trying to kill the fly? How about that? It was very early.
He does try to, and I think he wants to appear young, I think.
Right after she was confirmed. And the first thing that she said, and she put out a public notice, and we all heard it, we all saw it, and it was basically a directive to Kash Patel to release the Epstein files. And they kind of got into a little bit. Kash is smarter than that.
Everything that was released in those binders that they took, like DC Drano or whatever, do you know the administration reached back out to those people and sent them private messages and told them not to disparage the binders and stop saying it's stuff they already had, to stop being dicks about it? It was all shit that Biden had already released. All of it was all publicly available. All they did was make a bunch of photocopies and put them in binders for a fucking press stunt. That was it. A publicity stunt. Had them all up there, DC Drano and all these conspiracy theory nut jobs, holding them up and chanting and saying the most transparent administration ever. It was all already released, every bit of it.
No offense to women. Okay, I think women are incredibly smart. I think women are absolutely...
Well, let's not get carried away here. They are women.
Essential in our society, not only just for giving birth, but...
Well, obviously.
The positions that they hold and the things that they are able to do, I have absolutely great respect for all women in regards to everything. However, Pam Bondi, there's a difference between how Pam Bondi handles a situation and how Kash Patel handles a situation. Let me explain what I mean, okay? Pam Bondi, in my estimation, when she first came onto the scene, her first duty, her first public anything that we saw...
I miss anybody other than Trump.
...was her demanding from newly...
Whoa, imagine that. A bunch of women now getting emotional in the chat because I said, well, they are women. Is that not a factual statement? Are your hormones making you irrational in the chat suddenly because I said a factual statement about women? Women are women. Andrew Tate was right. You guys can't be trusted. And you attract sharks and bears once a month.
He confirmed FBI Director Kash Patel the Epstein list. But she didn't do that privately with Kash. She made it extremely public. So all of us knew about it. She wanted the list from Kash. Kash never responded publicly. Kash talked to her privately. My new glasses are in there, but I don't need them because we're not doing a Q&A, so I'm wearing my hat because here's how my hair looks. And I can't wear them with this hat because of the brim. Kash didn't reply publicly. Kash replied privately. And I can't wear...
Whoa.
My new glasses are in there, but I don't need them because we're not doing a Q&A, so I'm wearing my hat because here's how my hair...
He posted his glasses. You guys see that? Mariah had to stop and show me. So now you got to see. Gucci glasses. Phil doesn't shop at the dollar store, you peasants.
My hair looks. And I can't wear them with this hat because of the brim. Kash didn't reply publicly. Kash replied privately. And he said, well, Pam, we have an issue. Now that I've seen the Epstein files, meaning Kash has seen the Epstein files, we have an issue. Anybody want to guess what the issue is with the Epstein files? I'll give you a hint. It's
covered in Trump's name. again, there may be some super wealthy people that donate to Trump that are in the Epstein files. I'm not going to say the list because I don't think they really kept a client list, but in the files. And Trump may not want to hurt them because he respects money, right? We saw how he worshipped like the Middle Eastern leaders. It's talking about how hot they were and shit. That was so fucking weird. But he worships money. He thinks money is power, and he's all out for power and dictators and all that shit. But when has he? And they could redact those names. When has he ever cared about anybody that he doesn't directly benefit from? He's thrown so many people under the bus. You know, if his name and his donors' names weren't on there, that 100% he'd be putting it out and be like, sorry, all I'm saying is you're in this list. You're in this list. I'm not saying you did anything, but you're in this list. Sorry if it ruins your life. And then even if they were right-wing people, he would just say that they were rhinos or that the crazy woke mob and leftist lunatics got to them.
Something we've talked about before on the show. Tell me why you think Pam Bondi now is hesitant to do anything with the Epstein files, which context clues based on her communications and her comments indicate she has them now. So she publicly came out and said, I want the Epstein files. You are hiding them. They better not be shredded. Blah, blah, blah. She did all this publicly. Cash is like, calls her privately and be like, yo, and now she's like, oh, she's backpedaling. Even though she made this big public thing about finding. What is in the Epstein files that Pam Bondi is afraid of? She's on the list. I don't know that to be true. She may or may not be, but that's not her hesitation. She's been to the island, corrupt judges. You guys are, yeah, well, here's one by Reston Baum. He said names on the list. Whose names? I'll give you another hint. Julian Assange. No, he's not on the list. That's a hint. What did Julian Assange say? Do you remember his famous quote? There it is right there. Who said that? Chaz Dell. Members of Congress. Chaz Dell said, they're all on the list.
We know that Trump's in the files already. No one said Trump is, well, I think he's guilty. I don't think there's proof of anybody. Again, I already said that I don't think they have a client list, but Trump's name's all over the Epstein files. They've got audio recording of him talking about how Trump is. He's talking about Trump's cabinet, how he can call him, how he's fucking illiterate. He's talking about him like they're good. Even Trump said how good friends they were. He wished Ghislaine Maxwell good luck in her upcoming trial. I wish her well.
They're all on it. Julian Assange was famous for saying, if what I have gets released, 80% of Congress is going to jail. They're all on it. All of them, 80-some% of Congress is on the list. That, if she just comes out now and releases the Epstein list, which she was so adamant against, it's like, women, you're great. You do things great, but you got to take it down 25 levels. You can't immediately react like that. Not if you're Attorney General of the United States.
Why not?
You can't just get mad, throw a tantrum, and be like, because you don't know if what you're asking for is a bad thing. Now, is it a bad thing? That's the question. If 80-some% of Congress is in the Epstein...
I do think that Trump is probably a disgusting motherfucker that would fuck like 14-year-olds. Absolutely. I think that his comments about the Miss Teen USA pageant are absolutely disgusting. His comments about his daughter, his comments about a 10-year-old girl saying she's going to be my girlfriend in 10 years are disgusting. Yeah, 100%. Do I think that there's proof of that? No. Well, do I think that there's proof of that in the FBI Epstein file? No. Or it probably would have been released. I think instead we just have we have Epstein doing a bunch of fucked up shit. And then we have all these other people that flew with him, hung out with him, associated with him, all this stuff. And there's no way to go in there and say, well, this one fucked kids and this one was hanging out over here at, just came to see him in New York. It is weird that fucking when he got arrested the first time, and got that sweetheart plea deal, that Trump took the guy that gave Epstein the plea deal, made him fucking one of the lead attorneys for the government. What the fuck?
And they have some sort of financial arrangement or sexual... That was a poor attempt, honestly. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a bag of food.
Alexander Acosta. I couldn't think of his name. That's the guy who gave gave Epstein his plea deal. Then President Trump tries to make him the fucking Secretary of Labor. He tried to make somebody that before him. I can't remember who the guy was before him, but he got confirmed.
Maybe that'll stop him from buzzing around my head because I felt like I got that one. It might be in the bag. I don't know. I definitely destroyed my spicy crab salad. Oh. Follow the scent. Go out there. Now they're in the window trying to get out. Well, that's not going to happen.
He's threatened to sue me a bunch of times. He doesn't have shit. He didn't even win his lawsuit with the Scranton Times, the paper that published in writing that he was convicted of sleeping with a minor when he was a baseball coach at Riverside High. Like, he didn't even win that. He's trying to take it to Older Millennial. He is fat, yes. He's trying to take his lawsuit to the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania now because he lost his lawsuit. In summary judgment, like, way early on in the lawsuit. It's not like they both had good cases, but the jury or the judge just decided that Scranton Times had a little bit better. Phil didn't have a case at all.
Anyhow, what she was demanding, what Pam Bondi was demanding, actually creates a national crisis. Trump knows about the Epstein list. Cash now knows about the Epstein list.
Someone got a candid photo. Let's see. Open image in a new tab. So this is the older millennial. See this guy in the background? At that event he's at or whatever? That's the older millennial. The older millennial is fat, dude. There's a picture of him floating around with like a big Buddha belly. Yeah, he's a fat dude. But he does really good at like framing himself to where on video he looks like he'd be in shape or like a weightlifter or something.
I have a feeling Gates knew about the Epstein list for a while now. Gates being appointed special prosecutor in regards to the Epstein list, which is the rumor that I talked about earlier floating around, that's fantastic. Gates hates the deep state. I'll go as far as say Gates hates Democrats, even good ones, if there are any left. I don't even know about that. But
somebody, by the way, this is fucked up. Somebody sat behind Matt Gaetz on a plane, and his mom, Matt Gaetz's mom, is like, you got to stop going against Trump. He's gonna throw you to the wolves. You can't come out and be negative towards Trump. And he's like, I'm just trying to, express my opinion. I don't agree with this, blah, 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 whatever. And his mom's like, nope, you can't do that. You know how he does people. Like, that's fucked up.
The reason why it's a crisis, why it would be a national crisis to release the Epstein list and have 80-some% of current Congress persons implicated in that list is because all those people would have to resign or face impeachment or arrest. And I know what you're saying. Good. Let him resign. Let him. Okay, I'm with you there. I want that too. But imagine if it all happened at once. What if there is no Congress then? That is the what if that they're trying to solve.
All right, let me show you this video, by the way, while we're talking about the older millennial. Now, you guys have seen a ton of his videos because I play them. Is this...
Alchemist.
Uh-oh, hold on. Is this what you thought his lower body would look like? Be honest.
That's what you think.
Community service, let me know.
The older millennial.
That's right. Yeah, when you're ready to do community service, let me know. I do it all the time.
He does a good job of framing himself on camera on his account to make himself look like, yeah, he might have a few pounds, right? But it looks like maybe he's like a weightlifter or something. He doesn't look like he's got this giant fucking beer belly, does he? I don't think so. On his account, hold on. Which all you ever see is his head, but still, he does a good job of hiding that from people. I think. Like, I've got no room to talk. I'm fat too. I need to lose some weight. But look at this picture or this video.
So we decided
compared to this. It's like what I ordered versus what I received from fucking Temu.
that is the older millennial. Now, despite what anybody's going to say, this isn't about body shaming. This is simply things are not what they appear on social media.
People are trying to like in his chat, he has a bunch of young girls that treat him like he's some type of like TikTok heartthrob, talking about meeting up with him and doing this and that, whatever. He's just some old fat guy.
The image I have, because the older millennial shows himself in all his videos from the shoulder up and talks about how he's such a military veteran and yada, yada, yada. You just picture in your head this big...
He also talks about other people's, like, maybe you should work out. Maybe you should lose some weight. Maybe you should get in shape.
6 foot, 7 foot guy, muscle bound, great shape.
Michaela Robertson, I haven't seen him so far. I don't think, but I'm really bad at that. But he does miss a show every now and then.
Right now, and have been trying to solve, while Pam Bondi attempts to remove her foot from her mouth. Don't demand something publicly when the answer to that demand creates an even bigger uh-oh. These people, listen to me, these people are going to get what's coming to them. The people that are on the Epstein list. And it's not just Congress, by the way. 80-some% of Congress. Julian Assange told us that years ago because he knew what was going on with Epstein. He was WikiLeaks. People gave him this stuff. He had everything that Cash has and the FBI and DOJ has. He had that years ago. Epstein's not a new...
Years.
This is way back. He was doing business 20 years ago with this sex trafficking. And it's not just sex trafficking. It's not just, Epstein with...
Epstein should have been he shouldn't have been able to hurt anybody else when he was busted in Florida, right? I think all he ended up getting was like fucking some type of sweetheart deal where he did like probation, like fucking house arrest. Like, he was soliciting underage people in Florida. That's what he was doing. That's what he was charged with.
Underage girls. It's Congress, judges. It's CEOs. It's Hollywood. And it's not just people in the United States. We all know about Prince.
All people Trump claims to hate and is going to expose, but somehow he didn't. That's wild. And now he's like, I can't throw them all under the bus. Do it. We'll run referendums. Like, what the fuck? What are we waiting on? Why does older millennial walk like Vincent? Oh, God. Character from Men in Black. Oh, I don't know. Are you talking about the Bugman guy? Is that who you're talking about? That's the only the person I know that walks so weird in Men in Black. Thank you for the donation. March 14th, 2005. The stepmother of a 14-year-old girl who attends Royal Palm Beach High School reports to police on the island of Palm Beach that her stepdaughter, where's Trump always at Palm Beach, that her stepdaughter has been molested by a wealthy man. The stepmother tells the detective that supposedly the man has a lot of money and often has young girls come to his house. The girl, in tears, tells the detective that she was taken upstairs to give Epstein a massage. When Epstein came into the room wearing only a towel, he sternly told the girl to take her clothes off. She stripped down to her bra and a thong. A 14-year-old. As she massaged him, he masturbated. Afterwards, he paid her $300. The next day, she got into a fight at school after another girl called her a prostitute. She never went back to Epstein's mansion. October 20th, police search Epstein's home. Missing in the search at 358 El Brillo Way are several computers, which police believe possibly contain names and photos of victims. It's almost like he was tipped off. Palm Beach detective Joseph Ricari says he believes Epstein was tipped off. Oh, I didn't know I was going to say that. Tipped off about the search and that the computers were in the vault of an Epstein attorney. Later, federal prosecutors would try to get those computers. Marie Villafana, the chief federal prosecutor, said she suspected child porn was on all those computers. Private Pile for Full-Metal Jacket. Oh, yeah. I do know that guy then. Yeah, he does walk like him. Like he's holding in his shit or something. December 19th, defense lawyers swoop in on Palm Beach County State Attorney Barry Kreischer, Harvard Law professor Alan Dershowitz, who had helped to successfully defend O.J. Simpson 10 years earlier, hands him the MySpace page of several victims, which mentions sex, drinking, and drugs. Other defense lawyers, including local powerhouses such as Jack Goldberg and Roy Black, as well as nationally known attorneys Gerald Lefcourt and Kenneth Starr. February 22nd. First grand jury scheduled. 3 victims are scheduled to testify. Though the Palm Beach police find more victims, only 3 are scheduled to testify. Former Palm Beach police chief Michael Ryder recalled later that prosecutors told him they wouldn't level charges for any victims 16 years or older unless it was under extraordinary circumstances, meaning rape. So 16 and older, they're gonna claim that they consented, basically. Prosecutors canceled the grand jury in order to assess the MySpace pages. April 1st, one victim's father tells detectives Ricari This is all of this is back in 2005. Okay? 2005. One victim's father tells detectives Ricari that private eyes are harassing his family, even running them off the road. Another says an Epstein source contacted her and said, those who help him will be compensated, and those who hurt him will be dealt with. Ricari reports the incident to the state attorney's office. Witness tampering can be a crime. Nothing happens. April 17th, another grand jury scheduled for April 18th and 19th is canceled, and the day before. And prosecutors and Epstein's lawyers try to negotiate a guilty plea to aggravated assault that carried no jail time. Epstein rejects that plea. May 1st, Police Chief Ryder questions a highly unusual way Kreischer is handling the case, suggesting Kreischer might want to disqualify himself from this case. Child sex crimes prosecutor Dahlia Weiss, now a circuit court judge, bows out after Epstein hires her husband's law firm suddenly. She was known to be a hard-nosed prosecutor on child sex crimes, so he literally hired her husband just so he wouldn't get this judge, right? Ricari sends prosecutors a proposed arrest document that lists 5 victims of felonies, girls who were under 16 or those who had been raped. There were many victims aged 16 and older who told police they'd been sexually abused, but they were listed as witnesses, not victims, because of the state law at the time. If convicted, the felonies against all 5 victims and given the maximum sentence each, Epstein could have been sentenced to 75 years in prison. The people who did this deal, who helped Epstein back in 2005, should be paying for any future victims. They should be in jail over future victims. May 23rd, Ryder and Ricari, concerned about how the state attorney was handling the case, start talking to the FBI and federal prosecutors now about taking over the case. July 19th, prosecutor Lana Bahalovac presents the case to a grand jury with only one victim testifying. Bahalovac attacks the 14-year-old's credibility with her MySpace pages given to prosecutors by the defense. The grand jury indicts Epstein on felony charge of solicitation of prostitution, what a John propositioning an adult sex worker might face. The charge doesn't even address that the girl was only 14. So because her MySpace page basically talked about drinking and partying and having sex with boys, because she's a young girl in Florida, they're like, oh, well, she probably wanted it, but he did pay her, so that's still prostitution, even though she's only 14. And July 23rd, Epstein spends one night in Palm County Jail. He is released the next day on a $3,000 bond. A $3,000 bond. The biggest flight risk you could fucking think of. He owns a goddamn private island. A multi-millionaire, and he's released on $3,000 bond. September 24th, labeled the deal of the century. Epstein signs what became known as the non-prosecution agreement, called the deal of the century, with federal. Now, again, they have like over 20 fucking victims now, under 18. The majority of those are just going to be called as witnesses because they're 16 or over. But for sure, 5 are either raped and between 16 and 18 or under 14. The deal of the century with federal and state authorities in exchange for pleading guilty to 2 felony prostitution charges. The deal requires Epstein to register as a sex offender. It also protects 4 named co-conspirators as well as any potential co-conspirators. Then the real negotiations begin among Kreischer federal prosecutors and Epstein's lawyers. Chief Federal Prosecutor Villafana stands ready several times to launch a 6-count federal indictment that came from a federal grand jury investigation. Epstein pleads guilty and goes to jail. January 10th, victims deceived with FBI letter. The FBI sends a letter to victims urging patience while they conduct a thorough investigation. It does not say the federal investigation is already over because he signed a non-prosecution agreement in September. In January, they were still lying to the victims, saying, hey, be patient. We're working on the case, blah, blah. In January, they sent him that. They sent the families that. In September, they already signed a non-prosecution. They weren't working on it in January. June 30th. Epstein pleads guilty to the grand jury charges of solicitation of prostitution and Kreischer's charge of solicitation of a minor for prostitution. Instead of potential decades in federal prison, he's sentenced to 18 months in jail. He would serve 13 months of his sentence in a private wing of the Palm Beach County Jail reserved for snitches and others who need protection from other inmates for various reasons, such as having a lot of money. He gets the Martha Stewart suite. He would spend mainly nights there, leaving on work release 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. One woman said later that she was flown in to have sex with him at the offices of a foundation he'd formed months before his guilty plea. While he's serving time and out on work release, he's flying women in to have sex with him. July 22nd. He can travel anywhere as long as he's back within 24 hours. Epstein is released from jail to spend a year on house arrest, but he's allowed to travel frequently, such as to his private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. As long as he's back within 24 hours, his lawyers asked to end his house arrest early, a request that was rejected by Chrysler's successor, Michael McAleef. A few potential violations of house arrest are documented in state attorney's files, but no one takes action on them. A violation could have sent Epstein back to jail. And then nothing happens until all the way till, that was from 2005, 2009. Then for 10 goddamn years, he continues his behavior, rape, sexual assault, a lot of the victims minors, for 10 fucking years. For 10 years. He comes off house arrest in 2009, and 2019 he's arrested again.
Prince Andrew, wait till you see how deep that one goes. Why did Meghan Markle want to leave after she married? Why did they run? Well, we're about to find out. Was it her or was it them? Let's see. But that is why we are where we're at with the Epstein list. The Epstein list is everybody wants it to be released, but what are the consequences of it being released? Does anyone remember the famous saying, they won't be able to walk down the street? What did you think that was referring to? This situation, the one that's present. It's now not a hypothetical, when is it going to happen, who's it about, who can't walk down the street, what street, what did they do? It's not that anymore. You know what they did? They're sleeping with children, raping children, selling children. You know all those missing kids that were never found, 50,000 a month in the United States alone, 600,000 missing kids.
That's not true, right? These are people that just didn't check in or answer the phone.
Missing, never found. That's not to count the ones that were missing.
Not missing. They were replaced with relatives, family members, people like that, people they knew in the U.S., and they just didn't answer the phone when the government called. Was it like they had manhunts? They're like, oh my God, there's this kid at, and they can't find her, and the family's like, I don't know, I haven't seen her in 6 months. Like they just didn't answer the phone. Or they didn't check in when they were supposed to.
If you get a list, if Bondi or Cash releases this list publicly, and you see who's on it, and you see what they've done, do you think if you were to see that person publicly, do you think that there's not some person out there that's not fully put together that may not take a shot at him with a gun?
There's people like that now. It's mostly MAGA, but yeah.
With a fist, with a bomb, with a knife, who knows? There's people out there that
don't get near Bert. He knows karate.
Like, they just want that done. That's why I sue people for defamation, because they say things about me, and I wonder if there's some psycho out there that is going to take what these idiots say seriously and come after me. When I go places, I'm protected in more ways than one because of that. And, it's...
Remember when he told everybody he had security? He had security with him that was supplied by the U.S. government, basically Secret Service with him at all times. And then somebody just walked up to him randomly on the street and was like, hey, are you Phil? And he's like, yeah.
The life that I lived, but the problem is that people lie about me. You know what I mean? They don't tell the truth. And in the other situation with the Epstein list, that is the truth. Those people did that, and they are terrified. Terrified.
How Gen X are getting their teenage bodies back. So
I want my teenage body back.
Grandma, I recently...
It is everyone you thought was on the list, and many more that you didn't. That guy is a scammer. I just have to block him real quick. I'm sorry, guys. He's trying to get you to join this Telegram channel, and it's just annoying me. So, where'd I go? Yeah, I'm trying to get out now. The flies. Never gonna let it happen. Though. Not gonna happen at all. Never. So that's the Epstein list. That's what's happening with that, and we're gonna pay a lot more closer attention to that in the upcoming weeks and months. But don't be. Oh, Pam Bondi also said something about the 1 minute missing video clip from Epstein's cell log. We all know what happened there.
Is that a thing?
Didn't I tell you guys a long time ago that Epstein was an asset? Like, he was a dirtbag. Don't get me wrong. Slept with young girls as a much older man, whatever. And there's no excuses for that. No one's letting him off the list for that. But the government.
Somebody else did that on this show, and it wasn't me. There's only 2 people on camera here. It wasn't me, so...
Got him. Remember he got off easy? Remember he was arrested and should have went to jail for 20-some years and didn't? Got like probation and nothing else, fines and some stuff he laughed at? Well, that was because when he was let off, so to speak, he became an informant. And Jeffrey Epstein, whether you approve of it or I approve of it or whoever doesn't approve of it, he became an informant for the government and he took down all of them. Not yet, obviously they didn't go down yet, but he got the goods on absolutely everybody. Governors, judges, congressmen, CEOs, bankers,
got them all.
Politicians. And after Epstein was arrested the second time, they got him out. Epstein's alive. We all know Epstein's alive. I mean, it's obvious to everybody. They just did a very poor job of faking it. Too many questions anywhere. And the other part about the Epstein files being released is that it's in there. It's in there that Epstein is alive and he was an informant. Scumbag, but an informant nonetheless. And his deal was, you inform on all of your clients and, we let you live in a prison that is suitable to you. Where that is, I have no idea. But Epstein's alive. He is still locked up. He's not free. But imagine if you knew Epstein was alive. What if you were one of the girl's parents?
Imagine.
Alive and
I guess.
Let out of prison in a staged suicide. How do you feel about that? Not good, right? So Pam, next time, keep your emotions.
Wait, didn't that happen when Trump was president, though?
Level head. Ask things privately. Okay? All right. Silver. We have...
Oh, we're back to selling silver, baby. Epstein, don't worry about it. Everybody's on the list, but we're not releasing any of it. Epstein's probably still alive and was released, but we don't want people to kill him on the street. So now silver.
Come to the point that we've all been waiting for. Now, let me start this with a quick disclaimer. For those of you that cannot afford silver, the first part about what I'm going to say.
He used to say that if you don't buy silver and gold from him, you're going to end up penniless, starving to death, destitute because you're a piece of shit.
The first part about what I'm going to say really doesn't apply to you. If you can't afford to get in, just ignore me for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to read you some statistics. What do I do with them? Here it is. All right. I went back yesterday when all this was happening. I went back and I looked at past things that I've said on live streams and the dates associated with those things. So the first time that I talked about silver publicly, and I said why I think it's a good asset and all that. Again, not a financial advisor, don't claim to be. I'm just a regular person with interest in metals. First time I talked about it was, where is it? March of 2021. At the time, let me just make sure I get this right. Look it up here.
The average price at the time for March 2021 was $26. $26 an ounce. It's $39 now. You would have made $13 an ounce. How many ounces would you have to be a millionaire like Phil?
At the time, silver was $23.01. So almost $23 on the
wrong.
At the time that I very first mentioned it. It went down, and these are the things I wrote down. It went down at its low point to $13.
You would have to have 77,000 ounces.
It's at 38. Now, what this...
That's not true. So the 5-year low, let's see, the 5-year low for silver $17, and that was in 2022. No, 19 in 2020, before Phil was even talking about it.
This means is, first and foremost, before we get into what it means, silver and gold should have...
Let's say silver was free, okay? And Phil just told you to go get free silver. Okay? If you wanted $50,000, even if it was free, you don't have to pay a dime for it. If you wanted $50,000, you would still need 1,300 ounces. Yes, silver makes money. But the amount of money Phil's talking about making, nobody's going to be buying that much. You're already wealthy. If you can already afford to buy thousands of ounces, you're already wealthy. You don't need Phil's little tip.
Have a ratio of 7-1. 7 silver to 1 gold. Why? Because it's a precious metal. For those of you that don't know what precious metal is, it comes from Earth. It's an element. It's on the periodic table. AU for gold, AG for silver. It's not something that could be recreated. You can't create gold or silver. You could create jewelry. This necklace is gold. It's real gold. You could take gold that came from the ground, mined, and melt it into whatever shape you want. And you could have a ring, you could have an earring, you could have whatever you want. Okay? Now, once you do that to that metal, you used it for something. You created jewelry, you created a coin, you created a toilet. Some idiots have gold toilets. I don't know. Sorry, if you have a gold toilet, I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm just saying that some people are. Never mind. That's how it comes out of the ground, 7 to 1. So silver is more abundant than gold in the ratio of 7 to 1. For every 7 silver that come out of the ground, there is 1 gold that come out of the ground. Unit. Pick your unit. What do you want, an ounce? Okay. For every 7 ounces of silver that come out of the ground, 1 ounce of gold comes out of the ground. That makes silver 7 times more valuable than gold. Okay?
That's backwards, you fucking retard. That's backwards. If I get 7 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold, then silver should be 7 times less valuable.
Right now, the gold price. The gold price per ounce is $3,371.30. So sticking to that ratio of 7 to 1 out of the ground, silver should be what? Anyone want to do the math for me so I don't have to? 7 to 1. 7 to 1, 33.
21,000. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would it be more valuable that we get 7 times more? It's actually like 24,000, something like that, 23,000. But if we got 7 times more of it, why would it be more valuable? Your analogy doesn't make any fucking sense.
3371, call it 3,400. What's a 7 ratio of 3,400? Don't have a lot of math connoisseurs here, huh? 481. Very good. Anyways.
It's 23.8. Oh, he's saying, so he doesn't even know what he's saying. So he's saying divide it. 3,400 divided by 7. And he's saying that should be the price. Then why did he say that silver is more valuable? What the fuck?
I was around 5, but 481. So if gold is 3371, 3,400, silver, just based on abundance, should be $481. Just based on how it comes out of the ground. Right now we're celebrating at 38.
No, because they're not equal. They're not equal. If they were used for the exact same things and had the exact same value, but it was 7 times easier to get silver, then yeah, maybe. You take the price of gold, divide it by 7. That doesn't make any sense.
$8. We were buying it, when I talked about it, we were buying it at $13. Then it went up to 17. Then it went up to, I just sold to 23 or 24, right? In 2021, it's at 38. And we're like, hallelujah. If you had bought silver at its low point of $13,
it didn't hit a low point of $13, but go ahead.
Gone up 3 times that. So if you invested $5,000 in silver, $5,000 at...
Your people can't pay their bills. You think they got $5,000 to put in silver and let it set for 5 years?
Let's see how many ounces that comes to. I'm doing the math for you guys.
It doesn't matter if you're going to say it tripled. It doesn't matter how many ounces you could have had. The math's still going to work out the same. Just triple the number. Triple 13 or triple 5,000.
$1,000 divided by 13 would have got you 384 ounces of silver. 384. That same 384 ounces, 384.615, whatever, multiplied by it's almost 39, right? 39.08. That same 5,000, well, it's basically 3 times, 15,000.
Yeah, you dumb fuck. You did a lot of extra math on your calculator you didn't need there, bro.
Imagine your 401k or IRA tripling. It's early.
Imagine your 401k or IRA, and they take 40 to 60% as soon as you move it over. And then tell you that, oh, well, you got to call us to get your real price.
I know $38 seems high compared to where we were at $13, $17, $23 for silver. Those days are gone. Forget it. You missed that boat. I tried to help as many of you as possible. Some of you can afford it, and that's okay. We're going to talk about the other side of what this $38 silver actually means for us too. We'll talk about that shortly, so just hang in there. But the price of silver right now should be $481.
this company is telling people when they roll over their IRA, 401k or whatever, they're getting statements that say they lost like 40, 50, 60% of their investment. Then when they get mad, they're like, oh, no. That's just what we are legally required to send you on the statement. If you call us, we'll tell you the real value of your silver or of your precious metals. Then you call them, then they just make up a fucking number. And they're like, we're not allowed to send you that in a statement.
Why is it 38? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, but let's not worry about why it's 38. Let's go back to the 481 number. Two characteristics of silver that gold does not have. Number one, silver is the most reflective substance on Earth. There is nothing else more reflective than silver. It is the one precious metal that could claim that particular characteristic. It's the most reflective, number one. Number two, it is also the most conductive metal, more so than any metal. Any metal, any object, anything. It is the most conductive.
Whoa. Okay. That's not true about it being the most reflective substance on Earth. Dielectric mirrors can reflect like 99.9% a lot. And I think like silver is like fucking 94, 95%. But whatever.
Because of those two characteristics and others, but because of those two characteristics, silver is used everywhere. The device you are watching me on right now, because of the conductivity and reflectivity of silver, it is in your device.
Why is copper used all the time instead of silver for conductive project, whatever it's in? Electrical wiring or windings or whatever. Because it's so much less expensive. Copper's almost as good. Copper's almost as good. And it's so much less expensive. Copper is the second most conductive, and it's stupid cheap compared to gold and silver.
This microphone is in that device. Camera that allows me to talk.
I think silver is like 5, 6, 7% more conductive. It's not an issue in almost anything. Unless you have to have like the bleeding edge fucking best, or you need it in minuscule amounts like silver solder and shit like that. But unless you need like the bleeding edge to fucking squeeze every fucking ounce out of conductivity for something, why would you not use a metal that is fucking a tenth the price or whatever it is?
It's in that device. The computer that I am on, it's in that device. And you got solar lights at your house, it's in there too. Now, when that silver is put into these devices, it's used. So that makes the supply of silver go down. It can't be reused.
Can silver be reused? Not only can it be reused, hypothetically, it can be reused indefinitely with no loss of quality. Recycled silver is the exact same as newly mined silver. I don't know why you keep saying this. If they couldn't reuse it, then you couldn't sell old silver jewelry, right? Or old silver solder, or the people that get like gold and silver out of computers, the scrappers. Of course it can be reused. Almost, hypothetically, indefinitely, with no loss or degradation.
You can't recycle it and get the same amount back. It's destroyed. Anyone ever heard of Elon Musk? His batteries in his cars that are electric use silver. The biggest enemy of Elon Musk in the world is silver. Why? Because there's no more of it. It doesn't grow. It's mined from the ground. You know who put it there? God. Silver and gold used to be littered around the earth. Read the Bible. It tells you in there. It used to be all over the place.
The Bible says it?
Why did God put it there? Could have been for trade, could have been for currency, could have been for a number of things. It had all the properties that I just...
God put silver on the earth for currency. Silver and gold come from space, you fucking retard.
expansion and more. Maybe it was for use. We obviously didn't have the technology right away when Earth was first formed and God created Earth. So could
the average Tesla car uses between 25 and 50 grams of silver. Between 1 to 2 ounces. It's literally used on like the ribbon connections that are soldered in within the battery packs. Grams. I've got enough silver. Like if silver's what's holding back Elon Musk, I've got enough silver in my office, and I'm not a big collector. I could build 10 Teslas. If that's what's holding him back, tell him to call me up. We can roll out 10 brand new Teslas today.
could have been for a bunch of things. You ever heard God's currency? Gold is God's currency? Could have been that. Regardless, you can't make it anymore. They've tried. Everything they tried to replicate with silver doesn't work. Doesn't work as good. Why? Because God created silver. God created gold. You're not replicating things that God made. Forget it. You're not going to do it no matter who you are, no matter what purpose you need it for, cars, electronics, whatever.
I like watching this one channel where the guy takes like silver and gold. I usually watch gold videos, and he like captures it and precipitate. Like he basically dissolves it with acid and gets it into a liquid form. Then he adds some other chemicals that turn it into like this weird, like chunky, it looks almost like greenish, brownish mud, like chunks of like dried mud. Then he puts that and heats that up and it turns back into gold. The shit's crazy. The gold recovery methods are like super, super efficient because gold's expensive.
So when you destroy that silver, that's a problem for people that need silver. Television sets, radios, pretty much anything. The ratio of 7-to-1, once you take those things into account, that silver is used worldwide for all these things, it's not 7-to-1 anymore. So right now, even though
you know what could potentially make silver? Particle accelerators.
Could be $481 based on the ratio to gold. It's a lot more like 3-to-1. 3-to-1 puts.
I think that if our society keeps going the way it is, we'll probably be able to. I don't see like Elon Musk of like living on other planets, but I think that we could send autonomous things, robots and devices and shit to mine asteroids and other planets.
It's gold approximately at about $1,150. I'm sorry, silver at about $1,150 an ounce. We're at 38. The reason I'm putting these numbers in front of you is because it's not too late. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I said yesterday that there is very likely going to be a false flag event this weekend, meaning today, tomorrow, into Monday.
Okay.
So that essentially
false flag.
The world could
You ready?
Sort of something to distract you and the rest of the population away from their plan to lower the cost of silver, to manipulate it even further.
False flag. They're going to lower silver prices this weekend.
Why? Because I don't know if you ever heard of this company, Bank of America, for example. They're just one, but there's many others. They have short positions in the stock market on.
Wait, you mean like meth heads or like people actually doing it? There's channels. Hold on.
Anyone ever see The Big Short?
There's a channel I watch all the time where the guy like gets into liquid form, then from liquid form he heats it up, and then he just turns right back into gold. It's so cool. Something like this, maybe.
To put together an aqua regia solution. Hydrochloric acid, again, that nitric acid. And look what you've got. Pour that over top of your gold flake. Not too much. You don't need that much. And add some sodium metabisulfate. And it'll start a reaction that'll turn that gold powder into a black sludge that rises to the top.
That's not what I'm really looking for. That guy's voice was pretty creepy. But the guy does the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh, this is April Fool's, I think. That's from Nile Red. But the guy does the whole process. It's pretty cool because it just looks like it could be like fucking dirt and shit. and then he hits it with a torch. It's like a powder. Hits it with a torch. Suddenly, it just turns gold and turns into a liquid. It's pretty neat.
They bet against the mortgage market. Mortgage market always went up historically. Never, ever, ever had a decline until it did. Some smart guys realized, hey, this is happening. Mark Burrell. And he bet. The banks actually created a way for him to bet against the mortgage market. No one had ever done it. But they were like, okay, yeah, we'll take your money on a bet against that. Sure. They did.
Phil claimed that the Bible said that gold and silver are scattered all over the earth for the people.
And guess what? Mortgage collapsed. Mark Burrell made $490 million, something like that. So if you bet against something and it goes down, you win big. But if you bet against something and it goes up, you lose.
I'm sure they're looking to ways to mine asteroids. 100%. That's where our gold and silver here come from. Right? Years of being pelted with asteroids. I would say the moon has quite a bit. The problem with the moon is so light. So I was watching a thing the other day. All the craters on the moon are perfectly round, or seem to be perfectly round, at least looking from the ground. Maybe they're not perfect, but to the eye, they look perfectly round. That should be impossible, or at least early scientists thought that should be impossible. The reason being, because if you have a ball, right, this is the moon, and an asteroid hits it dead on, okay, perfectly round. We get that. What if an asteroid comes in like this? It should make an oval, right, crater. But the surface of the moon is all moon dust. There's no density to it. So when something hits it that hard at that speed and nothing's kind of binding it together, it creates an explosion, a secondary explosion that makes the craters more round. So the problem with the moon is that everything flies off all the time. So there may be tons underneath all that dust. Who knows? There probably is some underneath all that dust. But it also might have thrown everything out after it hits the moon. But asteroids are fucking made up of precious metals. There's a movie called Don't Look Up, and it's a comedy, but it reminds me so much of the Trump administration. Like the president's in all these scandals and never wants to fucking tell the truth. And she tries to appoint a Supreme Court justice who's got like weird sex tapes and shit. Anyways, the movie called Don't Look Up, they find an asteroid that's headed for our Earth. And they're on this mission to blow this asteroid up to divert it. And they're launching like 100 rockets. One of them's manned and the rest of them are like drones that are going up there with like supplies and materials and to help them, right? And explosives. And as they launch the rockets up in the air, this guy that's like Elon Musk, right? This social media, multi-billionaire VR guy walks in and asks to see the president. And the president says, hold on just a second, right? The president says, hold on just a second. And he's like, now. So you can tell he's like in charge, right? And gets her out in the hall. Then suddenly they turn all the rockets around. They turn all the rockets around. And the president comes back in the room and they're like, oh, so we decided to not go through with the mission after they had built everybody up. This is our only hope. This is our only mission and blah, blah, blah. They're like, we decided not to go through the mission. In fact, our social media guy, whoever it is, the Elon Musk style character or Mark Zuckerberg or whatever, that company has decided that they're going to send out drones to mine the asteroids and recover all the precious metals.
Even bigger. Bank of America has so many short positions on silver that for every $1 it goes up, they lose $800 million.
This is not true.
Rises. Bank of America loses $800 million. Friday, silver went up $1.30, something.
By the way, this is a wild skeptical assumption, right? A hypothesis by one guy who says that they've shorted it. But none of this can even be proven, right? And this was years ago when they were allegedly in this position. You don't think they've fixed their position by now?
Lost $1 billion on Friday, one day. So the bankers are going to try to push that price back down using the fraudulent comics market. They're going to try to flood it with all this paper silver and all this digital stuff and all this blah, 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 blah. Now, the reason I said, well, there's going to be a false flag is because while they're doing that, they don't want you to see what they're doing. They don't want you to look over, oh, that happened over there. And then meanwhile, over here, the bankers are... There was no false flag today. That tells me that maybe they can't suppress it anymore.
Okay, so here's his prediction. There'll be a false flag so they can lower the silver prices. Or there's no false flag, and that just means that we're in too deep and there can't be a false flag. So either way, he's right. Why would you listen to predictions where he's like, it's either going to happen or it's not, and both reasons are because this?
Maybe they don't have the means. Maybe they're blocked out. Maybe Trump's got them. This could be the end of the central banking system. And that's why this matters for people that can't afford silver. Before I get on to that, if you could afford silver, I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know why you're listening to me right now. There's 3 ways to do this. Number 1, if you've already reached out to my partners at Gold...
Go to a fucking pawn shop, dude. Go to a pawn shop. Don't do any of his shit.
Excuse me, at Gold Quiz.
unless you want to give up, overpay and give up tons of it in his commissions.
In the link below on Rumble, I'll just give you the URL. It is below anyway if you just want to click it. Watchphil.com. Very simple. Watchphil.com. You'll see a little quick message from me. Hey guys, blah, 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 blah. By the way, I recorded that 3 months ago. And now I'm talking about what I recorded 3 months ago happening right now. You still have a chance here. If you've already reached out to my partners at Gold Quiz, you already have their contact information. Call them and get an appointment now while you still have time. Number 2, if you've yet to go to goldquiz.com, shame on you. But guess what? It's still $38 an ounce. And they could probably give you that price into next week. If you act now, there's not going to be any more opportunity. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean,
he said there's not going to be any more opportunity for 3 goddamn years. It's the last time I'm going to mention it because you're missing out. It's going to happen. You can't do it. You'll be too late. You got to do it now. You'll starve to death if you don't.
I'm going to repeat what I said on Telegram the other day in my little car video. They're going to try everything they could this weekend to suppress that price of silver down below 38. By the close of business Monday, we'll know pretty much right off the bat Monday morning when the market's open what's actually going to happen throughout the day Monday. If we see a steep dive in silver from 39 or something, 38 something that's at now to low 30s, or I'm sorry, low 38s, chances are it's going to dive below 38 by the close of business. However, if it doesn't, if the market's open Tuesday morning after they close on Monday, if the market's open Tuesday morning and that price is still above 38, watch out. Watch out. Because then...
Because they might go above 38 or 39. Oh my God.
I don't know if any of you are going to have the opportunity to roll over anything or to buy anything. It could be the steepest rise that I've ever seen in a market for anything was GameStop. I've never seen anything like that.
Phil, maybe this is his last, like, send me your money so I can fucking retire. He doesn't like making videos anymore. He doesn't want to do any of this stuff. He's got money on top of money, apparently. And if that's true, even if he's got to sell some of his homes, right? Just fucking retire, bro.
That was remarkable. And what's even scarier is someone like Elon Musk talked about GameStop and then it accelerated that climb.
When I was Don Kedick.
It was 10.
Yes, I remember. That was funny.
If come Tuesday.
And then Phil said I committed a felony. He was coming after me.
You know,
then he had to come back and say, well, maybe he didn't commit a felony. And it was kind of funny.
From 38 to 50, say. And then Wednesday into Thursday, we go from 50 to 100. And then Trump or Elon or somebody in the know, like that, like a prominent name like that, say, ooh, silver. Can you imagine the flood to the market for silver? It's going to be nearly unattainable if that occurs. Look at this guy, Ray Jacobs. You give no information. You misled people. Don't buy into Phil's programs. I don't care if you buy into the programs or not.
He clearly does. You've paid for everything around him. You've bought his houses, his cars, his family's houses, his trip. You've bought it. He obviously cares if you buy in or not. If he didn't care and he was really just doing this to help people, why the fuck would he be making a commission at all? He's already made millions. Why wouldn't he now just be like, I don't even want the commission. Whatever you're going to give me as commission, give them as a discount. They need to get in on this. I'm already set.
I got so much metal that if what I'm describing happens, buy into it or don't buy into it. You know, don't matter to me. I'm trying to help you.
And make 60%?
Here's the other side of this. Oh, by the way, if you just want to buy bullion, if you don't have a 401k or an IRA or an eligible account, if you do have one, you can't roll it over because of stupid IRS rules. You can still buy bullion. At Phil Silver, that's my platform to enroll into 7K metals. We give what's called dealer direct pricing. So once you become a member, you get that pricing on bullion. The problem is, guys, going to be finding the silver once this all happens. So you have a short window. All 3 links, watchphil.com, goldquiz.com, as well as philsilver.com are in the description of this video, by the way, in case you don't know how to type them. The other side of this is once this happens.
That's cool, you idiot. I've always wanted to, I don't think our river has any really gold in it, but there was a place that when I worked for the railroad, there's a place in North Carolina that we passed that they mined for gold and found a decent amount. But there's all these old stories about they never found like the main vein of gold or whatever, and it's still going or whatever. And there's like a creek that you can mine in. I always thought that would be cool.
Get to the point where
like hand sift and pan and shit.
This is rolling. This is the precursor to Nicera. Because as those metals start to rise, in particular silver, that's going to push cost of gold up, right? Trump is going to declare that our currency is no longer backed by the Federal Reserve. That's why I had Jerome Powell as the background to tonight's live. He's going to declare that the dollar is no longer backed by the Fed. We don't have faith in the Fed anymore. Here's a bunch of reasons why. It's going to be his whole to do, right? And he's going to declare precious metals, particularly gold and silver, will now back the dollar. And he's going to show how much we have in stock, in order to support all the money in circulation. And eventually there's going to be a new currency released. It's not going to look like, I don't even have any because it's worthless, but it's not going to look like the stuff that we have now, the dollars that we have now, called notes. We went over this many times in the past. But
remember, he said they were already putting those machines in 2 years ago. And he showed that art project that had people on the moon. He's like, I don't know why people are on the moon. The moon is plasma, guys.
Then and around there is when we think, or we hope, that the debt forgiveness will also happen. It's all starting. It's right in front of you guys. It's all right there. I mean, it is.
It's been starting, right? It's been starting since 2016. It's all starting. He doesn't believe the moon is real. I tried to explain to him one time why we basically always see the same side of the moon. He thinks that if you take the craters on the moon, they perfectly match up to a map of the worlds. And that's a tell. They're telling us, hey, the moon's not real. It's a plasma projection from the CIA.
It was hypothetical, and we talked about it many times, and we waited and waited and waited and waited, right? Now it's happening. It is going exactly to...
Phil has never came out and said, oh, well, you know, it might be 2, 3, 4 years in the future, but it's coming. It's always happening right now, and you're going to miss out. You got to get in now. This will be your last chance. You won't be able to... And he's been saying that for years.
To plan. Exactly. Let me tell you a little bit about Gold Quiz. What happens is if you have a 401k or IRA, you're going to keep the 401k or IRA. You're not cashing it out. You're just transferring.
That's funny, Q.
From the stock market to metal. Still your 401k and IRA. It's just in metal now. You're not going to be...
And you lose 40 to 60% the day you roll it over.
Off by your broker or by the stock market anymore, the stock market manipulation anymore. Your money is going to be safe in physical gold and silver. If you use my partners at goldquiz.com, it's vaulted safely, not in some hypothetical, not real vault. You got to be very careful when you do these things. That's why I partner with the best people. So
you're not allowed to roll your IRA or 401k into anything that is collectibles. So you couldn't roll it over into shoes or video games or Beanie Babies or baseball cards. It has to be an actual investment. So Goldco cannot say that they have collectible gold, right? That you're investing in collectibles. So what you should be invested in is just straight bullion, but they need to charge more money for it. So instead, they call it collectible quality bullion. So they claim that because they have limited runs of the coins that they stamp, the bullion coins that they have stamped, and because they use prestigious mints or something, that let's say that silver is worth $39 or $38 an ounce, whatever he said, they claim that theirs is worth $55 an ounce. It's not. It's worth the exact same as a fucking buffalo or anything else. But they claim it's worth more. That's why they claim that your account's more valuable than what it actually is. So by law, the statement they send you is your actual value. When you call call them on the phone and they tell you your real value, they're just making shit up.
Somebody said, Goldco sold me silver at 3 times the value. We've lost thousands in 2 years. No, you haven't. That's just because you don't know what's...
Yep. That was it right there. Someone just said it.
Not real vault. You got to be very careful when you do these things. That's why I partner with the best people.
Somebody that did the program just said it out loud. And when you say it in Phil's chat, you get banned.
So somebody said, Goldco sold me silver at 3 times the value. We've lost thousands in 2 years. No, you haven't.
It's a scam. Why would the government require them legally to send you a statement with a fraudulent lower number and the real number you can only get by calling them? They wouldn't. The government's trying to protect you. The government won't let them put anything on the statements they send out to investors, right? It has to be fact-based or they get in big trouble. So when you're calling them, that's when they're making up a number and saying, oh, yeah, they don't take into account that we have collector quality bullion. So when you factor that in, we could probably sell yours for 4 or 5 times what that invoice says. Get the fuck out of here.
That's just because you don't know what's going on. You're not buying silver at spot value. You're buying specialized coins.
There you go. Listen.
And it's not 3 times the value either. You're inflating that. Regardless, if you look at the spot price of silver, you may have bought coins from Goldco, I think you said, for $60, $70 an ounce, maybe. That's what they're worth. They're worth more than that today. You did not.
Oh, so you're paying $67 an ounce. He just told you what is the value of silver. It's $30-some an ounce. 38, whatever he said.
Not lose money in 2 or 3 years. You probably are up. If you took all of that physical metal that you bought.
You won't lose money in 2 or 3 years because I'm predicting the market will go above what you paid, even though you paid through your fucking teeth for it.
You sold it today, you're up about probably 2 or 3 times whatever you put in. So you're looking at spot value. You didn't pay spot value. You paid numismatic value based on a very specific coin that particular...
Again, very specific rules around an IRA. You cannot have an IRA invested in collectibles, which is numismatic, which is collecting coins. You're not allowed. It's illegal. Because people might put their whole 401k into baseball cards, then overnight, the baseball card market, the bottom falls out of it. Then you're just fucked. The government won't allow you to do that. That's why there's rules around what your 401k and IRA can be invested in.
Particular company, Goldco, mints. There's a very limited quantity of those, and you have some. So that adds extra value to the coin. That's called numismatics. If you don't believe me, look up what numismatic coins are. Why is one coin silver eagle, a 1 ounce silver eagle? That's worth $38 because it's roughed up a little bit. It's got some scratches on it. It's a little discolored. $38 silver eagle. Then I have another silver eagle over here from 1994, and there was only 100 of these minted. Well, that's worth $10,000. What the hell? 1 ounce of silver. 1 ounce. 1 ounce. You think 30? Again,
those are collectibles. You cannot have an IRA invested in collectibles.
38, right? Wrong. There's a limited number of the 1994 one because it's a specialized something or other. Maybe it has an error on it, whatever. That's called numismatic value.
An error. He's comparing these random fucking Goldco minted bullion, right? The rounds. They're just rounds, the same things you would buy at a fucking pawn shop. He's comparing that to a U.S. minted error coin. A collectible.
And that's what you get from Goldco. Now, I have other partners at goldquiz.com as well. You may end up with gold. I'm up 50K in my 401k at Goldco.
No, he doesn't. He only has 2. Phil Silver, Goldco.
I'm up $211,000. Wow.
None of these comments exist that he's reading now. He feels like that one, he shouldn't have read that first comment. So now he's just, I'm up $216 billion in my silver right now.
I mean, I could really go out there and poll the thousands of people that have rolled over. Anyway, what I was saying is, you're not transferring out of your 401k or IRA. You're just moving it from where it's invested, paper money, useless paper money, crashing dollar paper money, stock market investments, to gold and silver. Still have your 401k. You just don't have it in that shit paper money anymore. I was up $76,000 in December. I bought a USS Arizona 5 ounce coin from 7K for $800, currently on eBay for over $10,000.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Numismatic value. I think we have to talk about numismatic value again because I don't think a lot of people understand it. But if you roll over, there's no way you're down. You're
Again, that does exist. So here's the problem with Phil's. If you're investing large amounts of money into collector coins, you probably know what the fuck you're doing and what you're looking for. Okay? You're a collector who studied the market, who knows we're looking for this and this type of quality or this type of error, and there's only so many. You know what you're doing. But Phil's programs are set up for people who don't know what they're doing, right? It's auto purchase. They purchase it for you. They tell you what it's worth. You have no idea. They just tell. These two things don't go together. If you're a new person and you want to get into precious metals, just buy bullion. You can do it at your pawn shop. You can do it at one of those places that says we buy golds, right? Around your town. Go and pay. You're going to pay whatever spot price is plus a premium because they have it on hand, right? A few dollars more than spot price, $1 or $2 more than spot price on silver. Hold that and hope spot price goes up. And if you're a coin collector, you don't need information from me or Phil's company. Go be a coin collector. Do your thing.
Up, and a lot of you are up significantly. So the debt forgiveness is going to be the next half of this, but 2 things I want you to watch for. False flag. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow, may not happen. If it doesn't happen, that's a good thing. That means one of 2 things. They either already got the price down, which I doubt, because they would have done that Friday. They wouldn't have waited till the weekend. They wouldn't have closed above 38.
Makes sense.
Friday. So they already got it down. Unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. Number 2, they can't get it down. And if it's number 2, come Monday, we need to watch. Because if it...
You're the human version of a number 2.
Monday and drastically falls, like to the low 30s. I said that again for the second time. To the low 38s. We might be in for it to fall under 38. If it does, then we got another climb to make. But still good. We are up $525,000. Holy shit. For real? I think you should give...
Sure, they said that.
Like 10% of that. More than that. 30%. 35. Okay, 40. I was out of 40. I want 40% of that in gold. No, silver. So like 250 grand, 200 grand, 200 grand in gold, in silver. When he's talking about silver, he's wearing a gold necklace. He said silver, he's wearing a gold necklace. I can't trust this kid, he's lying. He's lying again, man. His website says gold quiz, not silver quiz. I don't care what you do. I'm just trying to...
The fuck was that?
Help. All right, that's going to be it for tonight. Yes, I'm still in 7K, by the way. Somebody just asked, are you still connected to 7K? philsilver.com. There's been a lot of shakeouts over there. I moved some people around and stuff. But yeah, I'm still there. I've never left 7K. philsilver.com is the avenue to get the 7K. You have to sign up for a monthly membership. Right now, it's extraordinarily cheap. They drop their prices a lot.
There may have been a chance to get Phil in trouble or someone like Phil in trouble under a different administration. It's not happening under the Trump administration. Unless Phil somehow personally offends Donald Trump, he's not being prosecuted under Donald Trump.
So you go to philsilver.com and become a member of 7K through my platform. That will give you access to the numismatic coins to buy, which you can only buy through 7K. The USS Arizona was one of them that somebody was just talking about.
The people that are scamming meme coins, that are pumping and dumping meme coins that we absolutely know is illegal, he got the fucking SEC to rule that they're not security, so they can't handle it. So now no one handles it. So now it's just free range to just pump and dump and fuck everybody over that are your fans. Unless they bring some type of civil suit, you're in the clear.
They bought it for $800, now it's $10,000 on eBay. And number two, you get dealer direct pricing on bullion. They're going to beat just about everybody that's out there, from JD Bullion to APMEX to SD Bullion and others. So that'll get you those prices if you join Phil Silver. But you have to have a membership. You have to have an annual membership in order to be able to take advantage. That's why I have that platform, to give you guys better pricing on metals. That's it for tonight. I will be live again this week.
Because you have to pay a $500 yearly fee, and he gets a percentage of that.
Week, don't know what day yet, but
why would Phil not tell you to go to your pawn shop, see if you get a deal on it? Why has he never, ever said that? In fact, he's discouraged it, saying that, the pawn shop, the center of that coin might be full of lead. Because Phil can't make a percentage, even a small percentage, off your pawn shop. So once you pay your $500 yearly fee, and then you pay the inflated fucking prices on their bullion, Phil gets a percentage every time you do something. That's it. That's the only reason why.
Please, guys, get to goldquiz.com. Go to watchphil.com. Contact your rep that reached out to you from Goldco, if there was one already. I know they sent out a mass message with my little video on it. That's the watchphil.com thing. Get there.
How Texas families can eat whatever they want. So is that your...
Yes, it takes years to build a case.
Your mom? No, that's my grandma.
No one will be prosecuted for shit like this under Trump. Garen fucking Tate.
Wait, what? How?
There. Let's do it. And let's watch closely Monday. I'm going to be on Telegram quite a bit on Monday. Watching with you guys, seeing what happens. All right, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the fly thing. I probably should have took food out here earlier. Now I got to go track down the fly. That's on my list of things to do. That's my Epstein list, the flies. I'm going to find them and murder them. Okay, love you guys. Have a good night.
Your Epstein list was included in that case you had against the Scranton Times. There you go, guys. All right, that's it for me. It's 1:30 in the morning here. Thank you guys for joining us. The Phil's back, I guess, and it's the same old. I think he'll take another month off. He'll be on his Telegram trying to pitch this all bullshit, but consider supporting the show while we're offline at coldbeer.fun. That's how we pay the bills. And money's kind of tight right now. If you can support it. If you can't, no big deal. We'll be back. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We'll keep our eyes on what's going on around the Epstein list and resignations, people threatening to resign and whatever. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Let me see. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
There are still people harassing the elder millennial in all of his comment sections about him blowing the guard in jail because that one guy made a video of it. It's so funny. All the comments. This one says, how did it taste before the guard was fired?
I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need cheese.
I thought you quit watching the show, Bonding Terrorists.
All these false fucking.
It's pretty peaceful for a while.
Off of gossip, worshiping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit, swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the beds, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing?
Good night.
Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously.
8647.
Give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit.